about a year ago, 4 people stood in a ring, a female and 3 males. And one male proceeded to say to you, "We're going to give you what you want." Well, on the 6th of October, and a couple days prior to that, we found exactly what they were willing to give us. First off, they lose to the AEW. Then they bury Kofi Kingston's career. Then they bury Bayley's career along with Sasha Banks. Killed Seth's character, killed Becky's character, and pretty much made The Fiend irrelevant. And if you didn't think all of that was enough, they completely took the concept of Hell in a Cell and flipped it upside down and threw it in your face. Now, if you have no clue who we're talking about right now, you're about to, because we're going to break down the AEW's first Dynamite episode, followed by what the WWE did in its response, right here on the Loki and Jabroni Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Loki and Jabroni Show, episode 213. 213 episodes. This one is going to be special for a lot of reasons. One, as Loki mentioned in the open, the debut of All Elite Wrestling. Two, in just 9 short minutes, we're going to have professional wrestling promoter, the guy who invented Ring of Honor, the guy who co-created House of Hardcore, the man behind RF Video, Rob Feinstein, is going to come on and talk about AEW. But more than that, we have Hell in the Cell breakdown. We have 5 questions about sports that need to be answered, and also my rant about how the Falcons suck. Without any further ado, my name is Chris Burns. I am the Jabroni. To my immediate right,
Loki, as always.
and the man in the box, the man with the power, the tower power, too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey, and hopefully his mood will get better because our technical difficulties were not his fault. But fuck Apple.
Well, yeah.
Fuck
Jerks.
you all.
Jerks.
You know, I was hot coming in here, and I had to put on a happy face, and now you're going to go with the fuck you all route.
Actually, I didn't say you had to be happy.
FTW.
All right? Fuck the world. Let's
Right.
go the Taz route.
All right, so let's go at it before we call our buddy here.
Yeah, we got 8 minutes, so
we got
let's
a
hit
quick
it.
let me start off by saying this. I love how they started off, number one.
Oh, so good.
Cody against Sammy Guevara.
Sammy Guevara.
Guevara, thank you.
The hat
Thank
has to
you.
go.
Yeah, it does. It does. I agree with you. First of all, this is how important this is. This was the first wrestling show on TNT in about 20 years. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
19 years, almost
Right.
19 and a half years. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So just about 20 years. This is the first ever match that TNT has ever debuted on there. So this has got to be a good match, right? Second of all, this is a young kid who you're putting a lot of faith and trust in. And a young kid at that has made such a big name for himself that even Randy Orton was on a Twitch interview just recently, and it was quoted as saying, "I would love to do some work with that kid." Of course,
yeah.
that is also the same Twitch episode where he dropped the N-bomb, but,
Well,
everybody
shit
is...
happens, unfortunately.
Did you hear the context of it?
I did not.
So you know how he's doing these Twitch interviews now, right? A lot of
Yes.
wrestlers do that because they're already playing video games.
Everybody's on Twitch.
Right. So what they do is when they meet up with these people, they're like, "Oh my God, it's Randy Orton. Hey Randy, you mind doing an interview right now?" So they're literally playing Call of Duty, and he's talking about AEW and how they opened it up and how he really likes Cody Rhodes and he's really proud of him, blah blah blah. And, of course, don't forget Cody, him, and
Teddy DiBiase
thank
Jr.
you. We're all on the
legacy
team. Exactly. So there's a little bit of love there. So as he's explaining it, and they're sitting there playing. He goes, "Ha ha ha."
shoot to the commentators, and there's Ross, there's Shivani, there's wrestling history, easily 70 years of wrestling history between them, and you have some jackass in the commentary booth wearing a mask. I don't buy it. I'm not a big fan.
I'm not a big fan of the mask myself, but I got to say this. I mean, he did a great job. He did everything that he was supposed to do. The commentary was right down the line.
Mm-hmm.
He was as a matter of fact, he beat the other two to quite a few fucking good calls. You know what I'm saying?
And that's just part of being in the ring and taking those bumps and doing the right thing.
Right, exactly. So I gotta say, yes, the mask is a distraction, and hopefully he grows out of it. I for the longest time, I remember when Taz was first doing it, he still kind of wore that little
sunglasses and the whole
he kept his persona. Now he actually looks like a ring announcer. He's wearing the fucking suits and everything else.
Well, now that he's in radio every day.
Well, yeah.
I can't remember what station, but it's Taz and the Moose.
Yeah.
Fantastic show. I download their stuff every day. I listen to their sports radio because they're New York based. They do a fantastic job, but I don't think Taz walks into the studio, and he still does his wrestling podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he has the wraparound orange sunglasses and the jacket with the 13 over here.
Yeah.
I think he's just out
fucking
there as a regular guy.
Fucking rolling up
Right.
in there. So before we give him a call, we got one more match we'll do real quick.
Sure.
And that was MJF defeats Brandon Cutler via submission. And this was funny with me because he did a fantastic job in making himself, first of all, the ultimate heel. He was
without question,
cutting his own music to bust on the fans right off the bat. Classic heel.
Yeah.
Classic fucking heel. Before this match even went down, he went on Twitter and started busting on the D&D people, saying, D&D this, and you guys are all this, and you guys suck, and you're a bunch of lame-os.
Yeah, that bothered me.
It was great to me. What a
That's
great...
classic heel heat.
Dude, that's exactly it. And think about this. He got so many people just watching that just because of that comment.
Yes.
So now because all of a sudden Brandon Cutler was like, I do play D&D, and I'm going to kick your ass. So now you had all these D&D fanatics who are like, I want to see Cutler beat his ass.
Right, and look, we'll get into the matches deeper because I have notes. I'm sure you have notes. Eddie has notes.
I took notes.
Classic line, dude. It was, this isn't D&D, this is real life. He screamed that as he's standing over Cutler.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is what you need when you're building. Now, a lot of people will say, and I've been hearing this all week. They seemed flat. They didn't seem on the edge. They didn't seem cutting edge. They didn't seem this. They don't have to. You got to understand the script for wrestling has already been written. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? All they need to do is find what works for them and what works for their characters and roll with it.
Right. I'm going to hit this button right here. We're going to bring Rob on the gimmick right now. And we're going to see what Rob has to say. And I'm going to give you his credentials in just a moment.
Hello?
Hey, Rob, listen, I'm going to give you your credentials real quick. We are live streaming around the world. This man on the phone is not only the most respected shoot interview person. Go to rfvideo.com and buy yourself some shoot interviews. He is the creator of Ring of Honor. He is the co-creator of House of Hardcore. He has been a fan probably as long as we have, all told. I'm 46, you're 44, Eddie's 112. Rob is, I think, in his late 30s, but if you ever go to this guy's Facebook page, he is wrestling personified. This is Rob Feinstein, and we want to know, first of all, Rob, how are you tonight? Thank you for joining us.
I'm doing really good. Thanks for having me on the show. But I just want to correct something. I'm not the co-creator of House of Hardcore. That's all Tommy. I just help out here and there.
Okay, well, Tommy Dreamer, for those of you who are wondering. Rob, you watched AEW like millions of us did this past Wednesday night. Got to know, from the promoter standpoint, from a longtime fan standpoint, we're going to break it down in detail of what we thought. I want to know what you thought as a promoter. What did you see? What did you like? What did you not like?
You know, I like the show a lot. It was refreshing. They have a lot of young talent that's going to be up and coming superstars. They built up to the future pretty good. They introduced new characters. And, watching it compared to NXT, like a lot of other people, I was going back and forth, switching channels. And just the product itself just looked so refreshing, and the crowd was so alive. And it's good to see that in the United States, especially on TV, because you're so used to watching WWE where a lot of the times the fans are just sitting on their hands and just they're bored. But these fans were so hungry, and they're ready for the new product to take over the country. And they got exactly what AEW promised. They got a really fun product to watch, and it showed by watching all the fans really being into the product.
Mm-hmm.
I'll agree with that. And one of the things we were talking about before we went live with you is we were talking about the Cody Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara match and how tight that match was. It was so good. The lead-in where they did the video package with Cody, it had a big fight feel. And the sweeping cameras that they did, like a UFC fight where they swing around the octagon, it made everything that much better. To ask you a question, what did you think of that opening match? Was that what you thought should be like to steal their phrase, dynamite? This is our explosion. This is what we're going to give you to show you what we're about. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, Cody's going to be, obviously a face of the company, and Sammy's going to be up and coming superstar in the company, and they want to build him up. So, they featured a really good match with two great talents, and Cody really let Sammy shine a lot and gave him a lot. So he looked really good at the end. So he still lost, but he still came out ahead.
He looked great, man. The Spanish Fly going even getting the shooting star press reversed on him. I mean, he looked great. And even like we were talking earlier, Randy Orton is talking about how much he'd like to work with this kid. This kid's only been in the business, we looked up, 4 or 5 years. I mean, and
he's great.
He looks fantastic.
Yeah, I've been following him, from his time down in Texas and Pro Wrestling Circus, and of course he goes to Mexico a lot. So he's a great talent.
Mm-hmm. No, I like him on there, and like I said, it was almost 20 years since TNT had a match at all. And to start off with something like that, I thought was fantastic. I thought, just like you said, the face of the company and the youth of the company being right there, it was boom, right up in your face, man. It was perfect.
Definitely.
Now, the one complaint I had, and again, Rob, before you came on the air, is my only complaint is that panda hat. I would have taken Sammy Guevara seriously, a little more seriously, until the match started, that's when I got blown away, and now top-notch Jones. For me, the panda hat threw me off, but when the bell rang, it was all business, and he really impressed me.
Yeah, I didn't really mind about the gimmick with the panda hat. He's always used that here and there, so I think eventually it will get over, and it's going to sell a lot of shirts. And he's in the panda bear. So
no, absolutely.
I kind of look the other way for that.
Sure, but on your first effort, if you bring him out and
it's like
and
pancakes for the New Day. Come on, man.
New Day was established before the pancakes, and that's maybe where I'm going with the Sammy Guevara bit is that if you establish him as this rough and tumble badass, which he certainly is, the panda hat didn't need to come out today. Maybe 2-3 months from now, but he's been using, like Rob said, he's been using it for some time.
If it's a gimmick that he got going on, plus it shows that lighter side of him, and I think a lot of people need to see that in their wrestlers now. You just don't need. It's funny because Ed brought that up, the whole toxic male thing today.
Yeah, before
you don't need these guys anymore. We need a little bit of something behind them. We need stuffing. We need
oomph.
Exactly. We need our wrestlers to have a little bit of heart and soul, you know?
And now here's where I'm going to get into we're going to deep dive right now. Rob, when you started Ring of Honor, I went to a million of those shows, Elizabeth, New Jersey, all around the New York, New Jersey area. And one thing that Ring of Honor had, and to a smaller extent still has to this day, I think they're a little watered down now, was oomph. I saw AJ and Samoa Joe. I saw Bryan Danielson. Heaven forbid I say his shoot name rather than his gimmick name.
Right.
WWE already hates us, and I'll explain that later in the episode. Rob, feel free to watch. They hate us right now. But
why?
Long story, bro. Can't get into it right now. I'll send you a message. You'll love it.
All right.
But you guys, the Ring of Honor brought the oomph, and I think that's what Cody and Sammy Guevara did. Was they harkened back to those first 2 years of Ring of Honor, where everything was jam-packed action. It wasn't flipping and tables for flipping and tables' sake. You got real hard-nosed action.
Without a doubt. Yeah, those guys went the full distance, and they proved that they're going to be here for the long haul.
Mm-hmm. And we were talking about Brandon Cutler versus MJF real quick.
No, before we go on to that one, what did you
sir.
think about Cody breaking kayfabe and giving Shivani a hug? And
no, I think that was done perfectly because
right.
To me, when I was watching that as a fan, I was thinking about Dusty. I was thinking about
bingo.
The cool moment that was Tony basically saying, "Wow, he really passed the torch to you." Yeah. Here's Rhodes and another Rhodes in the ring working for Turner Broadcasting. and it's like 20 years after the fact or whatever. Even though Dusty worked for Crockett, not really WCW. Well, he worked for WCW, but
Yeah.
to me, I understood exactly what they were doing there, and I thought it was perfect how Jericho attacked him.
The whole bridge
did
thing,
too.
it was bridging the generation
Yep.
1 to 2.
But like I
Yep,
said, a lot of people
100%.
said, "Oh, he broke kayfabe," blah blah blah. And like I said, man, I think we need that. We need to have that lighter side of our wrestlers. We need to see that sensitive side sometimes,
Humanity.
to show that they are human, right? That they do have feelings, and it's not just, that this isn't just a product for him. This is Cody's dream. This is everything going forward. Just like you said, his father, his grandfather. This is everything about the Rhodes legacy moving
Right,
forward.
and much like Cody Rhodes and much like Jeff Jarrett and much like Rob Feinstein, who's on the phone with us right now, to start your own company and to get out there and have it, I hate to be a pun guy, but pun intended, have an impact, Jarrett, you really want something that bridges the gap between the old school and the new school, which is why I was a huge fan of Ring of Honor, which is why I was a huge fan of ECW, where Rob did work, which, Rob, if you ever want to come on and talk about your ECW days, man, phone line's open. Have
Oh, I'll
fun.
be here for hours.
Oh,
That was the best
yeah.
time of my
Well,
life.
we had
Yeah,
Bill
that was a good
Alfonso
time.
2 weeks
That was a
ago.
good
It was
time.
all good fun, man.
We were some spoiled wrestlers watchers
we
back in
were.
the day,
In
man.
our
We had some
20s, man,
ECW.
we were the shit.
Oh man, that's what I'm saying. These guys have no
I
idea.
thought-
ECW was the best part of my life.
Oh, it
I'm
was-
glad to
I
hear
think
that.
ECW is the best part of a lot of people's
I will,
lives.
I will say this, Rob, and I
That
will
was such a
apologize.
guilty pleasure.
I will apologize now. I want to say it was Royal Battalion Hall, Lost Battalion Hall,
Yep.
and you were doing the 7-Eleven gimmick when the BWO was hot.
Yeah.
Did you were walking by the guardrail, somebody grabbed your wig because you were doing the 7-Eleven bit? I'm sorry, it was me.
Oh, I don't even remember, but it's all good. I'm
That's
sure it
okay.
happens in a lot of different towns.
All right, fair enough. But no,
Yeah.
it was a great show, and you were bomb ass doing the camera gimmick and the horns and the tongue. You had that.
Yep, there were the days.
You had the X-Pac character down. Going forward, I want to talk about Brandon Cutler versus MJF. MJF, great heel heat coming in. Do you think that the Brandon Cutler spot off the top rope was a botch, or was that planned?
I think it was planned probably. It gave MJF an opportunity to go after him and get more heat on himself for being like that dastardly heel.
Mhm.
And, they established him further as a heel. And I think he's going to be the face of the company as well, as far as one of the top heels in the business right now. I mean, he cut a promo. He just reminds me so much of Roddy Piper. It's not even funny. So.
Oh, wow, great
Yeah,
point.
good call. Good call. Yeah,
was
I like
looking-
him.
I was
I like
looking
him.
more towards, oh God, what's his name now? And this is part of being old. You forget. Rick Rude. I see MJF being a different kind.
Yeah,
but
but see,
at the same
Rick
time,
Rude was a very look at me, I'm fucking dead sexy. I'm the best thing since
MJF
sliced
is
bread.
like, look at me, I'm better than you, and I know it.
Yeah, at the same time, but he also.
He reminds me of Gino Hernandez. You guys
Oh,
remember Gino?
so
Yes,
good. Oh, I
yes,
grew up on Texas
yes.
wrestling, my
good
man.
Good call.
Yep.
No, absolutely. But like I said, we were also saying before you got on here, I play D&D. I'm an old school like role playing game, and what he did with Twitter, he riled up a whole group of people that had no interest whatsoever in that match. And guess what they were doing? They were tuning in to see if their man Brandon Cutler could actually beat MJF. You know what I'm saying? That was awesome. These guys are thinking outside of the box. They're bringing people in, and they're doing it right. They're doing it solid.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree. I think MJF definitely is. He's going to be a top heel in the business, and I see him even bigger. His personality, he's got so much charisma.
Yeah.
I think he's bigger than wrestling. I really do, and I told him that as well.
Oh, I'm glad you did, because I want to say this, and Rob, you already know this information. MJF is 23 years old, and he's
Oh, yeah,
already
he's
got
just
this
starting
kind
out.
of. He's got white hot heat right now.
Yeah. He's incredible.
I
Like
think
said,
he's great. I've heard podcasts that
And
have
come on,
had
man.
interviews with him.
His finisher, the salt of the earth. Come on,
Yes.
what a great fucking
And
name.
he's never out of character either. If you ever
No.
meet him,
No,
what you see is what you get.
That's fantastic.
That's
And that's
awesome.
what you should be doing.
No, you're right. You're
Piper
absolutely
did it
right.
for years. I remember meeting, cripes, who was it? See, once again, I'm old. I remember meeting Jake Roberts when he was a heel in the Hartford airport,
Mm-hmm.
not far from where we are now. And, hey, Jake, can I have your autograph? You need to move along, kid. In character,
Yeah, sounds
won't
like-
sign shit. But if I guess, like, if you ever see Rob's pictures, he catches everybody in the hotel. They're all drunk and they have a good time. And Rob's got so many great pictures. You guys got to check them out. rfvideo.com. Order some stuff. I have RF videos everywhere. By the way, Rob, you're welcome for the car.
Thank you, man. I drive it every day.
Yeah, it was probably me in all my shoot interviews that I got. My favorite one to this day is still Arn Anderson.
I hated that interview. I thought it was one of the worst interviews we've
What?
ever done because he wouldn't break kayfabe. He like took it. Oh, don't even get me started.
Here's the part. Okay, no, we're gonna switch gears for a second. What I liked about it was two things. Yes, he didn't break kayfabe, but you would kind of guide him back, and he would open up, and then you ask the next question. It's kayfabe, and well, Arn, this okay. It was kind of like ebb and flow.
Yes.
It was you as an interviewer bringing him back on track. Like, this is a shoot interview, Arn. We're talking about the real behind the scenes deal. Well, we were in the ring, and I hate Bobby Eaton. Well, you and Bobby Eaton live next door to each other, and you guys are friends. Oh, yeah, well, we drove to that match together, and finally you're back on track. That's why it's my favorite. It beats the snot.
We're going to be doing another one.
With Arn?
Yeah, we're doing another one with them in the next couple months for sure.
Excellent.
Cool.
Excellent.
Cool.
Moving on to the next
All right,
match.
so
I was
going to say,
go ahead.
we got,
Sorry.
right between the matches, don't forget, we had 2 promos.
Yes.
Which I thought was really, one was kind of fluky, but we knew it was
didn't like
coming.
them.
The Jay and Silent Bob, we kind of knew that was coming. And
well,
I
we
thought
saw
it
them
was
in the
kinda,
sweep in the open of the show. I was like, wow, they're there? Wow.
Yeah, and then they did the whole jump in and people come down to rescue them. I thought that was kind of hokey, but
It was nice
you know
to see
what?
Jack Evans on television, who I've liked for years.
That could have been so much better than it was. It wasn't executed
That was
well.
horrible.
Right. Absolutely.
It was so minor league, and I didn't even know what was going on. I thought Jack and his partner were going to have a tag match. And I don't understand why they were even out there.
Yeah.
Then private. It just looked very indie-ish. I didn't like that at all.
They were just trying, like I said, they're just trying to get up on that movie. AEW needed that
Jericho's in the movie.
that star
Yeah.
power. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Jericho's
So,
in the movie, so.
and then of course you had SoCal Uncensored and the Lucho Bros.
I loved, first of all,
brawl.
SoCal, SCU doing that promo and having Scorpio Sky do, this is the worst town.
Didn't it remind you of remember
No.
the bar fight?
Which
remember
one?
Remember the old school bar fight that you had in WWE? It was the
At Tim White's place in Providence.
yes.
You ever been there?
Yes.
I've been there when it's not wrecked to shit. It's a nice place.
So it reminded me of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Kind of forced.
I think that forced. Thank you. I think what they were trying to
Exactly.
go for was an old school feel like that, but it just didn't.
Yeah, but even
it didn't settle right.
You know what bothered me about the promos is when I was watching them, I was like, God, I feel like this is like wait staff that doesn't show up in their uniform.
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
No, they feel like they're coming off the street. They're not even really in character.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
like in the old
Especially
school.
the Lucha Bros.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on with
Even in the
those
old
guys.
school, they would get into their wrestling outfits, just go out there and be like, brother!
You wouldn't see Piper in front of the White House without his kilt and his
Hell no.
T-shirt and all the gimmick.
Yeah.
They're showing up. It's like, hey, you got anything to do later? We're not going to pay you. Can you come over and say a few words?
All I'm going to say about the SCU promo is Scorpio Sky in the middle of them two acting
That
like
was
Secret
funny.
Service.
That was
saying,
funny.
Doing his bit, this is the worst town I've ever been in. I loved it. And then, unfortunately, there was more.
They
So,
got into it. Yeah.
I
They
think
should have
what
left
it's
it at that.
I
They
think
should
what
have
it's
left it at that.
lacking is a personality for them to riff off of. Like you had Mean Gene and all
Sure.
that back. They need a good personality to riff off of, and I think the promos will get better.
Rob,
Yeah.
you promoted wrestling in the past. What'd you think of that promo?
I don't like. I love those guys individually, and I love them together as a collective unit. But I don't like the promos. They're very New Day-ish, very WWE-ish, and I don't like guys that go out every week and do the same catchphrases. I like guys that are fresh and like they can speak off the top of their mind. And I'm not taking anything away from any of those 3 guys, but I don't like that kind of style of promos whatsoever. That's just my
Okay.
personal opinion.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
Just
fair.
just like these hands. That
Yeah.
that makes me cringe every time I hear that
Yeah.
fucking catchphrase.
I mean, if I have to hear going forward for the next couple months, we're going to always hear them say how they hate the town. I'm like, after the 3rd week, they'll be like, all right, we get it. You hate the town.
But Rob, you do understand, and I'm sure you do. You've already thought about this in your head. I can already picture it. Every town the AEW goes to, they can sell shirts that says New
Of
Haven
course.
is the worst town I've ever been in.
Yeah.
Boston is the worst town I've ever been in.
Yeah, I get it. It's a marketing play, but it's cheap
Right.
heat
It
101.
is.
But
No,
whatever.
it is absolutely.
Right.
All right, so we
Without-
got Pac defeats Hangman Adam Page via submission.
Best-
And Pac, of course, is
Loved it.
Neville
Right,
from
Neville.
WWE.
First of all, best match of the night,
Absolutely.
my opinion.
Agree.
Loved it.
And
Agree.
Hangman Page is the MVP.
He is. Dude, I gave him shit.
I thought Pac.
I gave him shit when I first. No, he's fall. But he's always good. And
Oh, yeah.
by the way, Pac is
Neville.
He's undefeated still.
Is he? Oh, that's right.
Under the AEW
banner.
he's still undefeated. So they're gonna roll with that, I think, for a little bit. But I gave Adam Page a lot of shit when I first started watching him.
Yeah, you did.
I really didn't think that he was the caliber wrestler that he's showing
His match
right
against
now.
Jericho showed me something.
It showed me something, absolutely. But this match showed me what he is going to be in AEW, and he's a fucking superstar.
Before I throw to Rob, what I saw is with Page and Jericho a couple months ago when Jericho became La Champion. He showed that him and Jericho had a fantastic match. Now you move to Neville, who's a completely different style than Chris Jericho, and he hung. Not only did he hang with Neville or Pac,
he looked great.
or
He looked
whatever his
great.
name is, Pac. They called him Pac or Pac at different points in the show.
Yeah, I heard.
Tomato.
Exactly. It's just it depending on who said it. I say Pac.
Same. I said Pac too. It showed that he could ingratiate himself with Pac's style and throw on a hell of a match. He reminded me, Hangman Page, of, we mentioned him earlier, the 1-2-3 Kid.
Yeah.
If you couldn't work with Sean Waltman, you couldn't work.
Right.
It's that simple.
Right. I agree. And dude, no offense, but that Black Arrow followed by the Brutalizer just looked nasty. It just looked nasty.
And regardless of Pac winning, Hangman was the MVP because
I agree.
He just put it all out there.
And like I said, I gave him a lot of shit, and I take it all back because he was
I
outstanding.
just loved how intense Pac was.
Oh, they were
Like,
both, but
He's always been like that. Even in
That's a great
WWE,
match.
he reminds me of just feral goblin. You know, he's just
Ooh.
"Arr," you know.
going the D&D route. Rob, what'd you think of this match?
I liked it a lot. Pac, whatever you want to call him, he's been amazing from day one. Even in WWE, even before WWE, the guy's a workhorse. He reminds me of Dynamite Kid a lot, but even like faster and quicker.
Oh, you've got
Yeah.
Eddie's attention. That's Eddie's favorite wrestler of all time, producer.
Oh, he's the man. And Adam, I haven't seen a lot of him, to be honest with you. I've only seen maybe 10 matches at most, but he reminds me of the young Barry Windham.
Oh wow, good call.
Good call.
Yeah, he definitely will put a lot of people over. I will say that because
Yeah.
he's a
I just want to
workhorse.
see more of him. I want to see more of Adam, like behind the scenes and doing more promos and wrestling a lot of different guys. So
Yeah, yes.
yeah.
Get more of his
He's
personality.
missing something. I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's missing something. I don't know what it is that he's missing. Maybe put a girl with him or something like that. But I want to see more of him.
Yeah, that would kind of maybe that would actually work. It'd probably bring out that whole father image that he had,
Maybe.
kind of kicking for him. I mean, Kimberly freaking made DDP forever. I mean, let's be honest,
DDP's effort would have brought him to the top, but Kimberly certainly
Oh,
didn't
it definitely
hurt.
it didn't hurt. It's much like Mark Merrow and Sable. Mark Merrow had a whole 3 months of fame, and 2 months was because he was with Sable.
He did great. He did great when he was doing the Little Richard bit.
That was great.
Have you ever done a shoot with Mark?
Yeah, we did. Yep, we did do one with him.
If you guys want to hear that, go
Oh
to
my god!
rfvideo.com.
I'm gonna check that one out. I heard he's still kind of stuck on himself. Like he's still.
No, he's doing motivational speaking. From
Is
what
he
I see,
really?
he's doing
Yeah.
really great.
Oh, okay. Because when he first left WWE, I heard he's still kind of like that. Stuck on yourself.
Well,
fucking
that's
bullshit.
kind of what 20 years ago, and
Yeah.
now he's doing fantastic. By
That's
the way,
cool.
Rob, if we get you enough business, you got to sponsor the show.
And Adam Rose.
100%.
All right,
Did
my
you see
man.
Adam Rose? That dude fucking took off. He looks like fucking.
You smoked a joint with him in Groton 2 years ago.
I know.
And he looks like Mick Foley now.
No, he doesn't. He looks like fucking Batman. He looks like Ben Affleck. He's all fucking
I can't.
ballooned out,
Let's
man.
move on to the next match. We had Nyla Rose versus Riho for the first ever women's championship.
Yes.
I have a problem with this match. It's not for the
What was
reasons.
your problem with it?
Okay, Riho looks like she weighs about 58 pounds, soaking wet with a brick in her pocket, taking on Nyla Rose. And let's get past the first transgender thing. Female. Okay? Female.
Right.
Now, at no point in this match did I ever feel that Riho could get the upper hand. She tried the backdrop thing. It seemed like it went wrong. Her knees buckled. I understand it's wrestling. They tell you who goes out there, you put on a great show, whatever. At no point did I buy Riho as a serious contender to Nyla Rose.
Nope, not at all.
No, I'll buy that. I will buy that. Although Omega giving the little push on Rose at the end there, was
I get it.
interesting.
I give her credit
interesting.
for taking the punishment.
Oh yeah, without
shit.
question. She
took
took
the
a
fucking
hell of a
punishment.
beating.
There was some entertainment value, but I couldn't get past the fact that I just did not buy it.
And what do you guys think of the belt? A lot of people saying it's really fucking dainty, really small.
It's look. Stop. Time out. Offsides clipping before we throw it
It
to
looked
Rob.
like it was made for her.
Yes.
It's look. I look at the WWE women's belts, which look like a carbon copy, which are a carbon copy of the WWE male
Men's
belts.
belt,
I
right.
think there should be a distinction. I think AEW did it right with this women's belt.
Oh, I don't mind it. I like it. I think it looks classic. It's got a nice look to it. It almost looks like an old school boxing.
Yeah,
boxing
and
belt,
look,
you know?
I bought my daughter a replica of the SmackDown Women's Championship for Christmas, and she loves it. She runs around the house. She'll smack me in the head with it. Doesn't matter.
It's better than the Diva one. Oh, that one.
Oh yeah, the butterfly.
The butterfly
drives me
one
nuts.
was fucking.
But now I'm
what a
going to throw it
disgrace.
to throw it to Rob. Rob, you asked me why I had a problem with it. Why didn't you have a problem with it?
Some of the stuff transitions in the ring were sloppy, but I think the fans saw it as David versus Goliath,
Yeah.
and they were really into the match. If you watch the match back, those fans really wanted to see her
they
go
Oh
were.
yeah,
over.
fantastic all the way
definitely.
around.
Yeah. So no, I really didn't have many problems with the match as far as like the size, because you've seen that story all the time in wrestling, and I think it delivered what they wanted to do.
Okay. Going forward, how long do you think Riho holds on to this championship? Because you got Dr. Britt Baker coming up. You got a lot of nice females. Brandy will still get in the ring.
Oh, Brandy definitely will get in the ring. She's looking better and better every
Kong
time.
is there. Awesome Kong. Kia Stevens.
I could actually see Kong being the next champion.
Yeah, me
Absolutely.
too. I agree. I would love to see her do that too, because it almost seems like no matter where she went, she could be such a force, and nobody ever knew how to use her.
There was such a problem with the way WWE worked Kia Stevens.
I hated
Kong,
it.
Whatever. Karma.
I hated it. Karma. Yeah, she was
Well, I think
Karma.
she also got pregnant too, and that was
That's
the
true.
problem that-
Well, that'll ruin your career for a little bit.
Never ruined mine. Although I've never been pregnant. My ex-wife has, but not me.
Oh my god!
But I'm glad you said that about this match, and it brings a different perspective. Again, that's why I wanted to have you here, because as a promoter, as someone who has booked these matches and said, "Here's the story we're going to go tell," it gives us a different perspective.
So then that brings us to the last one.
Yes.
Chris Jericho, Santana, and Ortiz defeat Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. First of all, I love the fucking Young Bucks.
I love those guys.
I can't get enough of the Young Bucks.
I got
man.
one complaint about this match is that I wanted so badly to watch the show, and you get to the match, and then they say, it's Santana and Ortiz, the former LAX. No, we find out a day before on fucking Twitter. It's like, way
Yeah,
to
I don't
ruin
know
the
why they did
surprise. Yeah, exactly, Rob.
Yeah.
It's like, Christ, you want to find out who pulls off the mask on Scooby-Doo. They tell
I
you in the
think-
beginning of the episode, it's Old Man
I think
Carruthers from the
why
amusement park.
is much like they did the whole D&D thing with Twitter. I think they were just trying to reach out and get as many guaranteed watchers as they could.
Okay.
So if
I
you
have
were on
something to say
Twitter,
about that, actually.
yeah, if you were on Twitter and you're watching this stuff, you're getting this little tidbits and these little information, and it makes you want to, not watch NXT.
I get that, but do you remember back in the day when I'll go back to Survivor Series 1990? I was there, Hartford, Connecticut. The mystery partner for Ted DiBiase.
Yes.
Nobody knows, and there I am, 6th row, and the Undertaker, and the music hits, and nobody knows who the Undertaker is. Like, who the fuck is this guy? And he gets in the ring, and you're just like, oh. And me and my buddies are like, dude, that's Mean Mark. That's Mean Mark. This is gonna be great, because we all love Mean Mark, but truth be told, mystery means mystery. Don't tell me about it on Twitter the day before.
Right.
Rob,
No,
you've done gimmicks like this. What do you think about this?
100% agree. I didn't like that they ruined the surprise. I think I like watching wrestling for surprises. I don't like reading the results and then watching the show. So I kind of know why they did it. They wanted to get the extra viewers and all that stuff. But I agree with you. I think it would have been better as a surprise.
If you want that, you need a.
And I also
separate
think that
social
everybody already
media
knew that it
plan.
was going to be LAX too.
See,
Yeah.
I might be one of the ones. I don't troll I don't mean to say this disparagingly to anybody watching, listening on audio only or whatever. I don't troll the internet for wrestling news. I want to watch the shows. I'm trying at 46 to go back to being 16
I'll
and
tell
just
you what,
enjoying
you
the
find
show.
some good. If you know where to look, you can find some really good information, and especially a lot of these wrestlers, they're letting you know what's going on in their heads by these cryptic. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan, so I know all about cryptic because I got fucking Stephon Diggs every other day tweeting some bullshit. Thank the Lord. Oh, my shoes smell. Oh, thanks, Diggs. What the fuck does that mean?
At what point do I apologize to Rob for 3 weeks ago when my Falcons beat his Eagles?
Oh,
That's
yes.
okay.
I know, because we haven't won shit
I was there at
since.
that game.
You were at that game?
This is the Philly game, right?
The Philly-Atlanta game, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I was there with Dreamer, actually.
Oh, no
Oh,
shit.
that's awesome. That is
I
awesome.
was house sitting for a friend. I took the dogs out. I thought this game is over. Let me go walk the dogs. I come in. I see a celebration. I'm like, what the fuck did I just miss?
Yeah,
Rewound
it
it. I'm
went
like,
all the way down to the wire, too. It was like the last minute. We could have came back, and then we blew it.
Julio Jones, 60 yards. And for a little football talk before we get into football talk later. If Matt Ryan played with both eyes open, he'd see 4 other open receivers. That's my
It
thing.
can happen. Johnny Moxley shows up, comes in, and attacks Omega, and then what else happens? Can we just out of nowhere? Here comes this guy called Jack Hager.
Jake Hager.
Jack Hager.
Or Jack Swagger or what
He was Swagger in the WWE. Now,
I see
I
why-
besides
wanted Luger to do it, but he couldn't do it.
Oh, my God.
that was too soon.
It's never too soon. I love it. Wow. I almost wanted CM Punk.
They couldn't wheel him down in time.
Wow. This is disintegrated quickly.
No, they couldn't do it because of what they couldn't get into the Mall of America.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I thought for a brief second, until the news came out that CM Punk was going to do the Fox show, that CM Punk was going to make his triumphant wrestling debut, re-debut, if you will, back with AEW. But, hey, I'm not going to complain.
Supposedly, he's talking with WWE again.
Jake Hager, having done the MMA bit, I watched his Bellator fights. Obviously, friend of the show, Blair
like him.
Tugman. We were texting during that match when Jake Hager made his Bellator debut. Great. Blair has nothing but great things to say about Jake, but that gives, again, like Rob said earlier, a little bit more legitimacy to the product now.
And Hager, he's a good heel.
Oh, yeah.
He's
I
a good
enjoyed him
heel,
as
man.
Jack Swagger.
I loved him as Swagger.
I've always liked him.
When he came out, the real American,
We the People?
dude, that was
Loved it.
just so over the top. but
Okay,
he
one
just
one
did it so
complaint about
nicely.
this whole match is that Moxley and Omega are battling toward the back, and they're fighting, and it's
they're putting on a
it's
show,
intense.
too.
This is Memphis, this is ECW, this is all the stuff I grew up on.
Yep.
And they get
The
to
VIP
that
area.
exactly, and then they get to the they get to the VIP area, which is
Can I
about
stop you real
16
quick?
people. Go ahead,
I
Eddie.
fucking lost it when he was like, "We have a VIP area." What do we do now? I started fucking dying because he sounded so legit.
Yeah.
Right? Who was it? Was that Excalibur that said that? We have a VIP. It had to be because the
No.
mask kind of blew. I hate that mask.
I
by the
don't
way,
think it was him. I think it was
was it
the other
Shivani?
guy. No, from
Ross?
Yeah, I think
Ross?
Ross said it, wasn't it?
I don't know who said. Who
I don't
said
know.
we
I
have a VIP
fucking-
area?
As soon as I heard, I started laughing.
No, I was dying.
because it was almost like they were making fun of
Oh
themselves.
my
on,
god!
like,
Rob nailed it on the head. As soon as they got into that quote unquote VIP area, and there's 16 people in T-shirts, I'm like, that's not a VIP area. You staged that shit so poorly, and of course the glass table, which harkens me back to days later. I'll tell that story off air sometime. But he does the thing through the glass table. Everybody's like, oh, which I thought was pretty cool, too, the whole glass table gimmick. But, again, the VIP area.
Well, that's
if you're a
Moxley, dude.
VIP,
Come on, that's Moxley.
If
That
you're a
dude-
VIP, you're in a skybox. If you're a VIP, you're front row. If you're a VIP, you're not in the tunnel where they bring the ring gear through.
I think since we lost, since he left the WWE, he has been phenomenal. And I hated him as Dean Ambrose. Can I just tell you that?
I liked him until the last
I thought
year.
he was a
got stale.
fucking potato. That's all he was. You throw him out in the fucking ring, he's a fucking potato, dude. That's all he did.
Okay.
I'm crazy. I'm going to fucking break your face. Get out of my face, dude. And then he leaves the WWE. He goes out to freaking Japan, New Japan Wrestling, comes up with this whole Moxley character, and it's just perfect. I mean, it's not too far from Dean
It's a
Ambrose.
retread of an old gimmick.
Right, but it's working for him, and it works so nicely. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just feels like he's back to himself. and
I'll agree.
AEW really allowed him to
I'll
do
agree.
that.
Rob, I have 3 questions, and before I do that, if you could give a letter grade A, B, C, D, F to this show, you can add pluses or minuses if you want. Give us a grade on this show.
I'd say it was an A-.
Okay.
I gotta agree with that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
3 quick questions that I wrote specifically for you. 1, can AEW succeed where Impact failed?
Oh, 100%. They already have all the freaking fans watching. I mean, they've got more attention on them than TNA ever had. Maybe when they restarted TNA, they had a lot of attention when that one show where RVD, Hogan, and everybody came out. But AEW is so ahead of the curveball right now. It's not even funny. I mean, just the social media skills of the Young Bucks and Kenny and Cody, how they manipulate the internet. And they don't really manipulate it, but they got such a huge following on the internet. And they are masters at marketing themselves. And, yeah, with social media in 2019 the way it is now, these guys are so ahead of the game.
Well, fantastic. Great answer.
Even MJK, like I said.
MJF.
MJF, just hitting everything.
I do the same thing.
I do too.
MJD.
But just the way he...
Murder, death, kill.
He knew where to go. You know what I'm saying? He knew who to pick on. He knew who to rile up, man. And this is what these guys are going to do.
In terms of shaking up the game, is AEW Dynamite the Nitro of the 21st century?
1,000%. 100%. Yeah.
You can give me any percent you
just
want.
Watching that show, it reminded me of Nitro.
I agree.
I'm gonna say one thing, and I was gonna wait till later when you and I break down the show amongst each other. But with Rob on the phone, I want to say it. Wednesday nights I do my NASCAR podcast, and it's live. I'm live while they're live. And what TNT has done again, Genius Jones, is that they're gonna run their show, and at 10 o'clock they're gonna rerun it until midnight, which means I can do the NASCAR show, come upstairs from the studio, sit in my easy chair, grab a beer, and watch the replay. I don't miss a damn thing. Whereas when we record tonight, when SmackDown was on Tuesday nights, I didn't give a shit. 2 weeks later, I watched the network. I'm like, well, I missed a whole lot of nothing. So give props to TNT, and I think that was a calculated move on their part to do the back-to-back. Last question, Rob, before we let you go. Is AEW right now the best number 2 promotion in the United States?
Oh, you can't even compare. Yeah, I mean, it's WWE, and then it's definitely AEW. The longevity thing is going to be the question that everybody wants to see how long they're going to be able to last. You know, who else is here? Impact, you know, bless them, but they're not really making an impact anymore.
Right.
You know, Ring of Honor, I knew that Ring of Honor is going to be in a lot of trouble when New Japan split from those guys. And, you know, they lost a lot of their fizzle. So right now, obviously, it's WWE and AEW, but it's crazy to just watch the fanfare and how many people are behind this new product. So it's really good for the business. You know, you got Billy Corgan's new company, the NWA, doing their TV tapings in Georgia. And there's such a good time to be a wrestling fan. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember when they first started promoting these T-shirts, it was like
AEW shirts?
Yeah, I remember
You're killing me right now.
the Las Vegas one.
Yes, All Out, Double or Nothing.
Out, yeah,
Double or Nothing.
The first one. The first one was Double or Nothing.
All In.
All in. That's what it was. When they first brought this out, and we were like, "What is this? What is going on here?" We knew when we saw that it was going to be something special. We knew.
Oh, I was at the last show in Chicago and just walking around the whole entire city. Everyone's wearing AEW.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like the NWO shirts all over.
What's funny is I want so badly to get an AEW T-shirt, but I don't want to get the normal one. I almost want to get the little bit of bubbly, but I have a feeling that's going to outsell the AEW shirt. So I'm going to go with the first choice. I'm going to go with AEW.
Yeah, go classic. Yeah. Classic look, man.
Rob, do you have anything you want to pimp, plug, or otherwise push upon the people?
Yeah, check out our website, rfvideo.com, and then check out our VOD website, rfvideonow.com. Check out our autograph website at signedbysuperstars.com. And if you live in the tri-state area of Philadelphia, Jersey, or New York, on November the 23rd, we're going to be doing Icons of Pro Wrestling at the ECW Arena. And our major guest of the night is none other than Masa Chono. It's his very first appearance ever in the States for an autograph signing.
Nice.
Former world champion.
That's fucking awesome.
Yep, so and then Tommy's running at nighttime, House of Hardcore, so it's going to be a fun weekend.
All right. One request from us is that you pimp your appearance here, share it out with your friends, tell people that we are the real deal because you, sir, are the real deal.
Thanks, guys, for having me, and just send me the link, and I'll plug it all over social media just like the Young Bucks plug AEW.
It's already on your page, brother. Go look it up.
Thank you very much for your time today, bro.
All right, man. Time to go play some video games, H1Z1.
Oh,
Yes.
nice. Enjoy.
All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, good night, Rob. All right, Rob Feinstein from, again, this is the guy that invented Ring of Honor. Tommy invented the House of Hardcore. Rob promoted it, RF Video. Again, I gave away more RF videos at our raffles over the years.
I remember that.
Because they're so good. And I wanted his opinion, but now I want to get into some of the notes that we made.
We broke down. I was gonna say we broke down a good chunk of it. We still have to break down Hell in a Cell too.
Well, we will, but if you had to give a letter grade to this show, what would you give it?
An A, definitely an A.
I gave it a B+ for two reasons. One was the botch spot in the Riho match, and the second was there was just okay.
The promos were terrible. I am going to say that.
You have the run-in. No, I love the promos except for SCU. You have the run-in in the first match. Then you have the run-in in the second match.
Right.
Too many run-ins. Kind of knocked it down a bit. This was a solid A in my opinion, except those two things. And again, a B+ is nothing to sneeze at.
Well, we're trying to make story plots. You know, we're trying to get storylines going, and this is the first one, the first Dynamite. So they're trying to get these stories out there. Like, here it is. This is who's going against who.
Sure, and it's a great opener. First impressions are key, and if you watch this for the first time and you haven't watched wrestling in a long time and you tuned into AEW, dude, you're hooked again.
No, I agree.
It's that good.
I do. And Cody, you can tell just he loves this product. He stands behind this product, and not just that. The Young Bucks love this product. Jericho loves this product. He is in the zone. Dude, he was on Twitter telling them, look, we kicked WWE's ass, man. Like
the final tally on the Thursday morning report was AEW 1.4 million viewers, NXT 800,000. And that's not the, look, I watched the NXT show days later because I wanted to have a side-by-side. And Rob said he was
really
switching back and forth.
Great, man.
Not me. I was all this.
I really wasn't impressed with the NXT, especially going up against Dynamite. You had to bring your A game, man.
And they really didn't. I gave that show. I gave the NXT show a B- because there were certain things on that
C+.
show, and
there was some good things, but there was.
So we're that close.
Yes.
So we get it.
Yes, absolutely. No, I agree with you 110%. They didn't bring what they should have brought, and they I don't know if they didn't expect AEW to be that good. If they, thought to themselves, hey, look, these guys just ain't gonna bring their full game. But no, they did. AEW brought their fucking.
Or they don't expect that people are hungry for a new.
Oh
league.
yeah,
they want a new league. They want
No, we do.
I'm gonna reach over to the chamber after this. I have some viewer comments that viewers of our show. And one in particular that's going to get a huge shout out because, fuck, it happened again. Damn it, son of a bitch. Give me a second to go to the chamber. One thing I want to bring up to you guys, and this is a question I wanted to ask Rob, but I didn't. Can AEW keep this momentum going? That's my question. I'm going to go to the chamber. I'm coming back, and then we'll get into viewer comments.
The only way that they can't keep this momentum going is if they shoot themselves in the foot at this point. They have so much momentum going just from that first show alone. The pay-per-view coming up is going to be fucking phenomenal. It's going to be on fire. You have new names constantly signing on to this. You have names in the WWE that want to sign on to this. Like, I have a very strong belief that we might see John Cena, Randy Orton making their way on over to AEW pretty fucking soon. And the reason being is because this name is going to be so strong and it's going to have such a longevity in a future that these people are going to know about it.
First, they got two blueprints. They know the success blueprint. They got WWE. They know the failure. They got the WCW. So as long as they don't make the same mistakes.
And they were a part of it. Cody watched it. Cody watched.
A lot of those guys were there.
No, exactly. Firsthand.
Now,
he watched as his dad watched this fucking place burn down around him.
And what you got? You got Chris Jericho, who you could probably say contributed to like the fourth generation of WWE.
And right now, like I said,
rising up.
I have him as one of my top 10, and that's only because his career is still going.
Yeah.
Once this dude's career is over, he's easily going to take over my fucking Macho Man Randy Savage #1 and
wow.
He will. I'm telling you right now, Jericho has done it all. He knows this game better than anybody else out there.
I will say, given my grade, real quick. I gave the whole show a B minus.
Okay.
Like I know you guys liked the first match. I did not.
What?
I did not like it. I felt it was really awkward, and
It was the panda hat, wasn't it?
that was interesting. But and the Loki and Jabroni show would never encourage the use of anabolic steroids. The kid needs to juice a little.
He weighs about $116.
Right.
I get it.
In the match, Cody was great,
Have you seen Jungle Boy? Jungle Boy ain't
I'm
much
waiting
bigger
for
than that.
them to bring him out.
but I don't know. The match just seems so awkward to me. And I know it's the kid, the inexperience versus more experience, and I don't. And like I said, Cody did a good job. I think he did a good job overall. The match felt so awkward to me. I didn't like it. I can see the beginning of a rivalry, which was cool. You know, and they wanted to go at it again.
Well,
I get the biggest kick out of Cody is constantly getting dressed back up in his.
oh, my
fucking,
God.
Yeah, that was
He
fucking
gets better
great.
and better and better.
Oh, yeah.
One of the things you guys have to remember at Full Gear is it's going to be AEW La Champion, Chris Jericho versus Cody
Yeah.
for the AEW Championship.
That's what this match was. Whoever won this
Whoever won
match
went up against
was
Jericho.
going up against Jericho, right?
Vincent Garzon is dropping N-bombs and says, fuck you guys.
Okay, well, thank you. Fuck you. Bye. Leave the feed, and I'm really done with you. Swig a bear to you.
And,
I have no idea. No idea who he is.
No idea.
No idea. New listener Jones. Hey, thank you for dropping the N-bomb on our YouTube page.
Yeah, like,
Eat shit and live.
no, sir, I will not ban you, but YouTube probably will.
Yeah, at some point.
You know,
Have fun with that one.
We're not going to hit the ban hammer on that.
And by the way,
Even if you're not watching each other.
All right.
go
fair
fuck
enough.
yourself.
There you go.
I'm going to get to some listener reviews of AEW, starting with this is going to hurt. The winner of last week's Kiss album Solo Jones debate, and I'll get to the tallies in a moment after I read Joey's comments. Joey Casada, he of ZO2, he of the Great Comet of 1812, he a #1 bestseller on Amazon, Start With a Dream. Last week we had the debate. The next night, we are watching AEW, texting back and forth, and this is what he had to say. He said, I thought it was a really good show. I'll give it a B+. The opening match and segment was great. The closing match and segment were both awesome. The commercial breaks during the matches hurt the overall flow. Production was great. Overall, it felt big and exciting. So, while I find the next comment, wax philosophically about Joey Casada and what he had to say. Let me get the poll results first, and you guys go ahead.
Mr. Garzon is letting me know that he hates white people.
Oh, well, Mr.
Awesome.
Garzon, if you hate white people, you're on the wrong fucking show, my man, because he's white, I'm white, the producer's white, we're white. You can hate white people all you want. Thank you, fuck you, bye.
I got like Latino in me though, buddy. So
Already he loses.
you can calm down with
I mean,
that fucking
we haven't
shit.
we haven't talked about it in a while, but he is part Portuguese.
Yes, he is. Oh, wow. Good call by you. The result of the poll, by the way, for those of you who are wondering, 54% for Ace Frehley, which is Joey's album.
Yep.
46% for Paul Stanley, which is my album. The last poll was 67-33. So I'm creeping. Next debate, Joey Casada, you mine, pal. You mine.
Eventually, he's gonna get there.
It's not eventually. It's next fucking debate. But with the exception of Vincent, whatever, you guys agree with Joey?
Well, I was kind of talking to you how I felt about it. I did listen to both albums, and Paul's just.
I
seems
meant
like-
about AEW.
Oh, AEW.
Oh, yeah.
AEW
No,
is
it's-
great.
I mean, you can't really control the commercials.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I mean-
promos.
I did like the picture-in-picture at certain points during pivotal matches,
Yeah.
where, like the AEW Women's Title match, where they had the picture-in-picture. You could watch this while Toyota was going on over here, or Bob's Discount Furniture. It was great.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea, so that way you're not missing anything. Remember when WWE did that cheesy fucking thing for a while there? During the commercial break, this is what you missed. And then they did the picture-in-picture.
Yeah.
So then you're literally trying to watch the match, and you're watching what happened during the commercial break. You know what I'm saying? And on top of it, this was like during the Raw time. they would literally have something major happen during the commercial break. So you'd have to watch the picture-in-picture.
Pretty much.
And then you'd miss what was going on in the match over here. So, yes, I like how they did that a lot better.
All right.
I do.
I said I would choose the 3 best. I kind of threw Joey in there, although his was really good. So I'm going to give you the second best. This is from Bob Price. He's in Ohio. He said, AEW was fucking awesome. My God, that Moxley to Omega dirty deeds on the glass table was the gnarly. I don't know what that means, but hey, whatever. All the asshole chants, the rated TV 14 rating.
The
I am
asshole
impressed.
chants were awesome.
Yep. I am impressed after 36 years of watching the business of being a wrestling fan. This was great. And Bob, I can't disagree with you. It really was. It was fan-fucking-tastic. What'd you guys think of what Bob said?
I think he hit it. I think I have no complaints whatsoever about this show.
Ed? No?
I liked it. I looking forward to what they do next. I like
Tomorrow night. Or if you're watching this on
I'm
YouTube,
able to
it's
watch
tomorrow
it.
night.
I was able to watch it because the first episode was free on the TNT.
Yeah.
app.
Chances are they're going to do this. This TNT is really great with in demand because they had a really great documentary a couple weeks ago, and I missed it, and I was pissed off because I set a timer to watch this thing, and I was out and about. I think it was at your picnic, by the way, and 2 days later, there it was. It was on demand. TNT is really good about that.
No, they usually are. They usually are.
And I think they're trying to corner the market, whereas you can't get Raw or SmackDown or NXT on demand. They're going to make it so you can watch it after the fact. I really
Well, you
think
can
that's
watch
going
those
to be.
on Hulu.
Not everybody has Hulu or Roku or Fire Stick or Gimmick Jones. Nobody has that.
well, I
not
picked
every.
up Hulu.
No, well, actually, I think on Hulu you might be able to watch it for free on the computer, but you can't stream it. But Hulu right now is only $5.99.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
And where can they find that, Ed?
We don't have an affiliate with
Oh,
Hulu.
fuck this. Anyway,
I like where your head's at, though.
Thank you. The third best comment comes from Kevin Zills. He's from right here in Connecticut. He says, I think AEW being their first ever show on TV was pretty good. There were some timing issues that will come to them as they do it more. The matches were solid. The ending was phenomenal. John Moxley putting Kenny Omega through the glass table, just
Everybody
wow.
loved that.
Again, yeah, I was going to say that. Didn't like how they had the opening promo video. This is where we disagree because I loved that. It gave it a UFC feel. Should have went straight to the match, I think. NXT was great, but wasn't as good. Some surprises. I won't spoil it since you're watching it later. He already knew. So everybody seems to be in the same boat. Is AEW really came out of the box and hit a home run.
Oh, they came out of the box swinging. They definitely. Now let's move on to the dumpster fire.
Oh, Christ, I knew this was happening. After this, I've got 5 questions that Loki needs to answer.
Yep. So we're going to run this down really quick. Hell in a Cell.
Sucked!
First of all, if you're going to get your ass whooped in NXT like they did, you better bring something major at your pay-per-view. And your pay-per-view just so happens to be one of the best. The Hell in a Cell.
It's always the focal point, other than WrestleMania.
excited,
in my opinion.
dude.
You've
was
gotten rid
excited.
of King of the Ring. You've gotten the Survivor Series isn't the Survivor Series. The Rumble is always going to be the Rumble.
Right.
This is one of your focal points.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
you fucked it up.
I agree. I did like this match. Let's start off right off the bat. Natalya defeats Lacey Evans via pinfall. This was
Not as good as the match last night on Raw.
right. This was so far right, exactly. So far out of all their matches that they had, they had a good 10-minute brawl. Obviously, she missed the moonsault, got it put into the sharpshooter, and then the end, of course, Natalya punches her right in the face.
Oh, yeah, the women's right.
The woman's right.
Stealing her gimmick right away.
That was good. I got to give it to her.
Yeah.
It was all right. It was decent. Natalya is becoming, it's funny, she's becoming better and better the more she...
It only took her 10 years.
Exactly. She's doing the opposite. Most people come in with the fire, and, she had that cat ear gimmick thing, and she just thought that was going to sell everything. And the fact that she could just put on these pink tights and throw somebody in a sharpshooter and we're just going to buy it. No, sweetheart, we didn't. It took you 10 years to actually bring forward a character that, we somewhat like.
I kind of dig it.
What'd you like? What'd you like about it? Not like about
What
it?
about that match or about Hell in the Cell in general?
This one.
The match was tight. It was really good.
Especially Lacey. She's getting better.
Oh,
She's
my
getting
God.
better.
Lacey is so in tune with what needs to happen inside the ring that the character, in my opinion, is secondary.
Yes, yes. And the thing is, if you guys also remember, Lacey, it wasn't very long ago when she was going up against Becky and she hit Becky in the face and Becky sold that punch. She was terrible then. She couldn't cut a promo. She couldn't fucking wrestle. She couldn't do anything. And here we are 3 months later, and Lacey's literally going up against Natalia and making it look good. Yeah, they looked good. They looked good.
I think the match at Hell in a Cell was not as good as the match they had last night
Right.
on Raw, which I watched before the Yankees game.
I agree. But they do. She's getting better.
right.
Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch defeats Sasha Banks via submission to retain the title. This was the match that we have been wanting Becky Lynch to have since she got this fucking belt. Let's be honest, okay?
Yep.
And of course, it would be Sasha Banks that fucking brings it to her because Sasha Banks is a fucking workhorse. Now, this was beautiful. These guys worked perfectly together. This was like watching Sasha and Bailey. You know what I'm saying? Like they
good
just
call.
went off each other so nicely and it looked fantastic. But of course, Becky still wins. So that leads me to ask you, if Sasha Banks wasn't good enough to get this belt after everything she went through to do that match, who the fuck are they going to make beat fucking Becky?
Without spoiling what happens later in this particular dumpster fire of a fucking
Yep.
show, I think right now Becky as the standard bearer is the good thing. Have Sasha work harder. Have Sasha get more of an edge. Have Sasha get more angry.
I don't know how much more brutal. She was brutal in that match.
Oh, the match
man.
was fantastic. Again, as I said in the post earlier, start of the show, fantastic. Somewhere in the middle,
Yeah,
you lost
I'll tell you
me,
exactly which one.
and then
Fucking tornado match.
and
Next.
then everything went south. I was lucky, and I say this with a capital L. I was lucky that I watched the Falcons lose. I was already pissed off. I watched the Dover NASCAR race, which we'll talk about tomorrow night in CNJ Speed Review. I'm at home. I'm in a good mood. And then I watch this, the first couple matches. I'm like, I'm in a good mood. By the time everything ended, I am glad everybody in the house was asleep, because if not, I'd have broke shit. It was, again, dumpster fire, hot garbage, whatever you want to call it. I think having Sasha lose, but lose strong,
she's
builds her for later.
Absolutely.
I think as the clock turns from 2019 to 2020, you're going to see Sasha Banks be that person that's going to come up. She's going to upend Becky Lynch. She's going to be the champion. She's going to be a long-term champion, much like Becky Lynch has been.
Right, exactly. Next match, which I think this is the one that started turning it into the dumpster fire. Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan defeat Eric Rowan and Luke Harper via pinfall in a tornado match. I will give him that. It's been a while since we've seen a tornado match.
I can't. You know what? It's funny when they announced that it was a tornado match. I'm like, Jesus, I haven't seen one of these since like 1985.
I haven't seen one of these since we were playing.
Right?
We used to do tornado matches all the time because everybody could fight.
But I haven't seen one on television, and I can
No,
remember.
you're right.
I can remember the match in '85. It was Hulk Hogan and the Junkyard Dog against Terry and Haas Funk tornado match. Boom, Jones.
I saw that one.
Yes,
So-
Saturday night's main event.
Yes.
Boom.
Roman gets taken out pretty easy, pretty fast in this fucking beginning of the match, and he's not even a part of it, which leaves Bryan to pretty much fend for himself for pretty much the entire fucking match. Good job on him, though, reversing all those fucking, I mean, he was everywhere, dude. Yeah.
Yep.
So then he escapes 3 dragon suplexes in a row, mind you, which sets up the Superman punch, running knee, spear, 1, 2, 3, it's over. I thought it was funny when Bryan was like, went to, give him the hand and kind of put it up because he wanted the hug instead. You know what I'm saying? Is it over for these two? Have
For
they
Rowan and
no
Harper?
for Reigns and Bryan? Is it over? Have they buried the hatchet? Do you think that?
Oh, that. It was a one-off deal. I think that whole feud is done.
They went on forever with that feud, dude. That was
and that's good. And that's what I miss about wrestling. We heard Rob mention Gino Hernandez. I loved seeing that 8-month buildup between Hernandez and Chris Adams versus the Von Erich brothers, and then you finally get your payoff. That's WWE booking done right.
Yes.
But now I have 6 words for the WWE. that has nothing to do with anything having to do with our friends in Westbrook. Stop shoving Reigns down our throat.
I think they learned that lesson, and that's why he's doing a little match like this. He's not in a title run anytime soon. They shoved it down our throat so much that we actually threw it back at them. You know what I'm saying? We as fans are really good at doing that.
I can't wait till you get to the main because when at
oh man, I don't even want to talk
ahead.
about it. Okay, so then we had that
charge.
piece of shit match, but then they turn around and they give us Randy Orton defeats Ali via pinfall. Dude, what a fucking great fucking match.
Great match that had a bullshit ending.
It did have a bullshit ending, but I will say that fucking reverse that Ali did to the first fucking RKO.
Yes.
Could you not watch that over and over and
I
over
rewound it
and
twice.
over? Dude,
I'm watching the. I started a
It was
half hour late.
incredible.
I rewound that 4 times. I was
They
like,
sold
did
that
I really see
so
that?
perfectly. You thought his face was getting planted into the ground, and then he just fucking kip springed right up from it, and you're like, dude,
So fucking good.
very nice. The rolling RKO, you know, it could have been better. You could have done something better. You know what I'm saying?
Did it work?
It worked, absolutely.
End result. I mean, like, did you buy it as a finish?
That wasn't my favorite.
Okay, fair enough.
My favorite still to this day is a Seth
curb
Rollins
stomp
curb
into
stomp.
the-
That
yeah,
was fucking
all right.
beautiful. But I will say this. Randy is doing such a great job with taking some of these younger wrestlers, Kofi Kingston, Ali, and just building them up into this next level wrestler. And I think Ali, you know, he's a good wrestler. He's a good guy. He's just stale right now. And I think
He needs something more.
And I think this match brought it out there. Did you
Okay.
see that bruise on the side of his
oh,
fucking?
hell yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think this is something that he needed. I think he needed to get his ass whooped.
I thought I want to say the match went 15, 18 minutes. I thought 15, 18 minutes, it was great. I thought the last 30 seconds were junk.
Right.
But they could have found a way. It would have been even palatable for me if Randy Orton caught him in like a roll-up and pinned him. And like, wow, I've tried everything on this guy, and it hasn't worked. I've tried the RKO. I've tried this. I've tried that. Let's just go old school, small package, and boom, the match is over. Which again is like how Sting won the championship.
It's funny
in
you say that
1990.
because that's how Cody fucking ended up doing it.
Pretty much.
Nice little fucking small package. You know what I'm saying? Like he just.
It doesn't hurt to go back to the
No.
classics because the surprise. If I'm sitting there in the crowd and I saw a roll up small package schoolboy, whatever you want to call it, and it ends the match, you're like, oh, wow!
Lest we forget how the famous Steamboat Savage match ended.
Small package.
Yep.
There you go.
And this
Producer focus comes
is
in.
the last good match of the evening. The rest
I can't wait to
is a
talk about that.
dumpster
I can't
fire.
wait to talk about this match.
Women's Tag Team Championship, Kabuki Warriors defeat Alexa Bliss, and Nikki Cross to win the titles. Kabuki Warriors have been setting up this whole heel turn for like the last 2 months.
Yep.
And we've been waiting. And this match told a story of their heel turn.
We're
all
done.
the way up to the green fucking mist.
Oh, thank you!
And I
the
was
Green Man.
so fucking excited.
Did you see my freaking? I had a tweet and a Facebook post. The Green Mist.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking
Yeah,
excited.
no, it's
Great Muda.
so awesome to see it back. Just, and not only that, for Asuka to accept it and to become this fucking heel again and just owning the role. Y'all forget when she was over in New Japan, she was a demon.
When she came
Literally.
to NXT, she was the unbeatable. She wasn't exactly a heel, but she wasn't a babyface either.
Right.
She was the unbeatable, unstoppable Japanese force, and we talked about it when she lost to Charlotte at WrestleMania, and we did the
We're
live
shocked.
feed
We're like-
at the place we can't mention, hence WWE
Yeah.
can go fuck a bag of dicks because I'm not done with you. Fuckers.
Dude, I just, heel Asuka is the best Asuka.
Oh, yeah, without question.
Hands down. And the Kabuki Warriors have worked their asses off. When I first heard, first of all, Kabuki Warriors is a fucking racist. This is the most racist thing
I
that you can
know.
ever name
Yeah.
a team. Okay, so really good job there, WWE.
Can't be any worse than the Bolsheviks.
I know that's true. That's true. but I mean, this is fucking pretty damn close. The fucking Kabuki Warriors.
The Orient Express. I'm thinking now. You've got me. You've got
it's
me
right
running
there, dude.
now.
It's right there. But I am so
Wait,
proud
You
and
remember
happy that
what
they
the
did this.
Bushwhackers were before they were the Bushwhackers?
Weren't they the fucking good old boys?
They were
or-
the Kiwi sheep herders
Oh
from New Zealand. Yeah, you want to talk about racist?
Yeah, that
this
is.
is probably the least racist gimmick of all. Go ahead, Eddie. I can see you got something going
Technically,
on.
New Zealand be a nationality.
Yeah, there you go. All right, and
Still,
here comes
whatever.
the dumpster fire.
Turn
Viking
off your mic.
Raiders and Braun Strowman defeat the OC via DQ.
right.
They were just passing out DQs all fucking
Oh
hell in
my
a cell.
God.
Serious.
The Viking Raiders impressed me.
I
And
like
they
them.
haven't impressed me a lot, but this match, most especially, I want to say his name's Eric.
Yes. Yes.
Him and Strowman put on some good stuff.
And it's
going
about
into this
time because
match.
Strowman has been so flat. He's just been unenjoyable to watch.
They ruined
Yeah,
him
what
a year
say
ago.
that.
happened there?
They
He was-
ruined
he was
him
like-
a
it
year
seemed
ago.
like
Yes.
Oh,
his
he was.
trajectory
He was going right the
high.
fuck
the
up.
ramp was right there.
Yeah, and then he
it's like-
fell off
It's
it.
like, ugh.
That's exactly
You know
what
what
happened.
he was, Eddie? Here, you remember Price is Right?
Yeah.
Yodelity, yodelity, yodelity.
And then the fucking goat hits him.
Yeah, right?
But man, it's you know what it is? It's it's the cringe-worthy catchphrase. These
Get
hands.
these hands,
Get these
yeah.
hands. That's almost as cringe-worthy as burn it down.
I will
you know
say
what I'm saying?
this.
It's like
That match Sunday night at Hell in a Cell, and last night I didn't see it live because obviously the Yankees were on. His deal with Tyson Fury, the heavyweight boxing
Yes.
champion, that's starting to bring Braun back up. They
Yes.
had Braun in the primo spot a year and a half ago. We
blew it.
talked about it, and they blew it. And now they're finally figuring out, this is our unstoppable force. Brock's
Mm-hmm.
not going to last forever. Braun is young. Braun is virile. Braun can get this done, and people love him. So instead of making him the champ, let's stick him in this bullshit tag team match. Well, now they're figuring it out, and now bringing in Tyson Fury is going to bring his stock back
yeah,
up.
yep, exactly.
It's
Exactly.
kind of like when they had Roman Reigns, that perfect spot. Oh, wait, that never happened.
No, it never happened because all they did was like with
So,
Cena back in the day.
this match-
Here's John Cena.
Yep. This match was pretty much a specials match. I'm not a big fan of these. Everybody's special going off left and right. It's just like whatever. But the best fucking move the whole time was the sell that AJ Styles did to that fucking punch. Because Braun
Yes.
Strowman, you just look like a big ogre just swinging your meat log. And it
And
just
knocking
looks
him the
so
fuck to the floor.
It looks so terrible on your end. But when AJ took that and just dropped, I was like, dude,
You know what?
holy fuck.
You could throw, and look, we've all done it at Christmas. You wad up the paper and you throw it across the room. You hit your brother in the eye, or you hit your wife in the eye, or you hit somebody in the eye. If you threw a wad of paper at AJ, he'd sell it like $1 million
fuck
bucks.
yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. I even tweeted the next day because it was the best sell, dude.
Yes.
I haven't seen a sell like that since Becky Lynch.
And if anybody wonders why in the last 5-10 years why AJ Styles is my favorite wrestler, go back and watch that match.
Yeah, just watch that punch. It's all over the fucking place.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
So here we go. Fucking gimmick bullshit. 24/7 championship. Tamina defeats Carmella via pinfall to win. I'm getting really sick of these, number one. All they are
the vein in my
roll-ups.
forehead is popping out. I don't
All
want
they
to
ever
talk about
are
it.
are roll-ups. Can we get a little excitement? Can we get some action? Can we get a fucking special? Can we get something going on here, please?
I'm going to tell you
They
exactly.
did. It's an AEW.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you exactly what I think of the 24/7 match, and then we'll let you guys break
Which
down.
one? This one or the next one?
Yeah. Well, the whole 24/7 gimmick as a whole. You guys are watching at home,
I'm
right?
ready. I'm ready.
You guys ready?
Yep. I'm gonna go get the fucking belt. That's what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go fucking grab myself a 24/7 fucking belt.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
fucking. It's a joke, dude. It's a fucking joke.
You know what's embarrassing? This is a Connecticut-based company,
Yes.
and it's like the rest of the state.
Yes. Yes. No, it is. It is. It's
like-
quick and
like
bullshit.
It's sucking up your time and money, and it's not really getting you much in return.
exactly.
It's seriously, but here's the thing. Like I've tried watching Raw and NXT on Hulu a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to keep. My
It
interest.
is, dude. It's
Unless the women are wrestling.
yeah.
It's really
And even that, it's a hit. It's a crapshoot with that. So next we got Shorty Gable defeats King Corbin via pinfall. This was all right. The backstage action is what I thought saved it. When they went backstage and they started beating the bejesus at each other. This whole calling this guy Shorty, it's kind of getting old. I guess now the nickname's going to stick magically, but whatever, you know.
King Corbin. Is this
Baron Corbin, right? But
now he's king?
Now he's king because
he's gone from Baron to king?
Well, because he, won King of the Ring.
Oh.
So now he's King Corbin. And I don't know, this is a quick little thing. I think it was SmackDown where Kofi got beat by Brock Lesnar in fucking 5 seconds flat. I don't know if you saw that. I actually posted that on Twitter.
No,
yeah,
I actually didn't hear about
Kofi
that.
went running right at Brock. Brock caught him, F5'd him. 1, 2, 3, it's over. Kofi lost the title.
How
Just
long
like
did he
that.
have the title for?
6 months since WrestleMania.
Wow.
Remember the WrestleMania
Yeah.
Dream? Yeah. So he lost it in that fucking amount of time, So
that's a fucking Vince move right there.
no, absolutely. No, it is. It is.
He must have done something to piss Vince off.
So,
It's like, not only am I taking the belt from you, I'm going to embarrass your ass.
So the other thing that they did that night was they had Rusev's fucking wife Lana getting kissed by so and so. I forget what the fuck his name is. So, anyways, they're selling. They're trying to sell this, and over on the side you see Randy Orton and King fucking Baron Corbin, doing his thing, and as he's like shifting, his throne literally falls apart. Like, it falls apart. And Randy Orton is dying, dude. He's fucking dying because they're watching fucking Lana kiss this big black guy. Rusev is losing his shit down in the fucking thing, and Big King Baron's fucking thing just falls down.
All right, I'm here to put out
man.
this dumpster fire that we called a pay-per-view. I can't take it anymore. I had to reach into my bag of tricks, and I'm here to put this out. I'm really done. I can't do this anymore. Hell in a Cell was a dumpster fire. What were we just talking about
And
before?
well, you're lucky because we just talked about Shorty Gable and the King Corbin match, and that was the backstage.
I thought Gable was good.
Backstage was the best.
Yes.
That was the best. That reminded me of old school. That
Getting
was
back up
that was
again.
nice. And then right back into the 24/7 championship. R-Truth defeats Tamina. This was actually had more action than the other one. This is what I was talking about, having a little bit more action.
Okay.
Carmella fucking attacks Tamina, tells R-Truth to count her down, blah blah blah, pins her. Now he's the 24/7.
I think I was out making myself something to eat at this point because I don't remember anything you just talked about.
Sick of it, man. I'm so sick of it.
So there were, 2 title changes?
Yeah. Yep.
And you're just like, whatever.
It's
Yeah.
the overall joke title
It
of
really
WWE.
is. It really is.
It's garbage.
Honestly,
Okay.
I miss when there was like, was it like 2 main belts and a tag team belt? That's what
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So, women's SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair defeats Bayley via submission. The funniest thing of this is Bayley at the end saying, "Why does this keep fucking happening to
Oh,
me?"
yeah. That meltdown was gorgeous.
See, I really like heel Bayley. I do. I think this is a
my
Bayley
girl.
that we all deserve and we love. And as much as this, and you know what's funny? This is Charlotte's 10th fucking title.
Yep.
And I just don't give a rat's ass. I'm just like, whatever. Who the fuck cares if this is your 10th, given I blew Vince for fucking 7 times to get this 10
Oh!
titles? Like, I'm about done
Well,
with
it's
it.
kind of like the 4th and 5th
But you
time
needed
Hulk Hogan's a
Bayley.
champ. It gets old after a while.
Right. You needed Bayley to lose this belt right now because it's going to personify her anger even more, and it's going to bring out that heel even more. And watch her and Sasha kind of come together and start really tearing this fucking
Shoot
thing
up.
down.
Their,
Yeah,
Their popularity is going to shoot up.
exactly.
Because she's still got a break from that Army of Hugs thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be like,
Oh, it's gonna hurt a lot of people when they go for that hug and she pushes them away.
well, you know they're going to stage that. Like,
Yes.
the best thing she could do right now is do a promo with a bunch of little kids surrounding her and her just being like, "Fuck off."
Yeah, just get away from me. I'm not hugging none of you little snot-nosed boogers.
Yeah,
just
I'm
have it go.
serious.
Yeah.
That
Hey.
would be the perfect promo. I should be working for WWE.
Quick question. Did Vincent really say he's going to put soap in our mouse?
Yes,
And our mouse?
In our mouse?
yes. After
Like, as if we have a mouse sitting in our
Yeah,
house.
I do. I have a mouse.
Oh, Andrew DeCarlos chimes in, says, "What up, guys?" And Roman Reigns sucks.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, he does.
Drew's been
And he loves heel Sasha.
Drew
Heel
has
Sasha's
been
great.
social media dark for about a month. It's great to have him back.
And
Sorry about the Eagles a couple weeks ago, bro.
here we go.
Yeah. Oh,
This is
Christ.
it.
I got so much to
This
say about
is
this.
the one match that could have been everything, and it turned into nothing.
I gotta get the
A
fucking thing in
big,
my forehead.
fat fucking zero. First of all, before I even explain this match, what is the one thing about fucking Hell in a Cell that you never can have?
A disqualification.
Thank you. So, going on to that. The first thing we have is, of course, The Fiend in this red light that's
Love it.
everywhere.
Love it.
Now, I like it too. I love his entrance.
I
by the way.
wasn't
That
even
fucking-
mad.
The lantern with
Yep.
the head. I
with
fucking
his
love.
old, with the
Yeah.
old Bray Wyatt head.
Yeah.
I wasn't even mad that the whole match was bathed in red because I bought it as this is the
This is
Fiend.
hell. This is hell, right?
Yes!
This is hell. We're in hell.
This is
we're
where
in
shit
Hell in a Cell.
stops.
The Sister Abigail into the fucking into the
that was
oh, dude.
gorgeous.
It was a great match. It was a great fucking match.
Bold claim by Drew. Worse than the Montreal Screwjob.
No.
No. As a matter of fact, this was the Montreal Screwjob.
Yes.
Only we, the fans, were Bret Hart.
Yeah, we were the ones that were screwed.
Right, exactly. We got screwed hardcore. So now,
When he's done, I've got something to say about it.
so Seth Rollins hits him with 11 fucking curb stomps, 2 toolboxes, including himself. So that's the toolbox that he used, and he himself is a fucking toolbox. So there's fucking 2 toolboxes right
I
there.
thought you liked Seth Rollins.
I
what
hate
happened?
Seth Rollins. I've never liked him.
Okay, just checking.
No, I've
maybe I
never
got
liked
my-
him. Remember, I used to call him the Power Ranger?
Yeah.
Never
Okay.
fucking, oh, dude, he's...
Because when I
never,
made the video that said Seth Rollins stop fucking killing people, you kind of stuck up for him a little bit, but not much.
No, not at all. Not just enough to where I was like, look, you know, the guy...
When Bret Hart agrees with me, you know I'm on the right track.
There you go.
I think we're all in agreement on Rollins.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, in the last 2 years, he hasn't hurt anybody yet, so I'm kind of,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
kind of
but
being nice.
just put that all aside. I don't think he's that impressive.
So...
I like him, and I'll get into that in a match.
He starts beating the hell out of the Fiend. The Fiend passes out, and the ref tells Seth that he's going too far and to stop when he picks up the toolbox. Then he
You let me know
smashes
when it's my
the
turn. I'm
Fiend
just gonna
again, and they call disqualification. Now, this is where I lost my shit, because I have seen countless Hell in a Cells. The only one that ever got disqualified before that was the Kane one. And that was because this dude literally comes out of
It
nowhere.
wasn't even disqualification. He
It was-
came in.
That's right. He knocked him out.
He
Just
knocked him
fucking
out. Michael's pinned him. First ever. All right.
It was the first ever, yeah,
you know
first
what-
ever Russian. You're right. Yeah.
You know what the
yeah.
bullshit behind that though is no matter what the match is, it's always ref's discretion.
Let me know.
Right. I
It's
get
but it's
that.
bullshit though if it's
Before.
So, all right, hold on. Now, let me make my last
Go
point,
ahead,
and I'll let
go
you
ahead.
take over.
I'm not. I'm just saying. Let me know when
Yep.
you're done.
This is my thing. You have just taken everything that the Fiend stood for and shit on it. Yeah, he got up from that. Yeah, he did this. That was his belt. Get that. The Fiend was supposed to walk out the champion. Why they decided to do what the fuck they did is well beyond me, because this was a joke. When you had the entire, and I'm talking the entire arena booing you, you have made a shit decision. When there are signs that says Seth Rollins is not cool, and this is before the match even started, and they got this shit ass match, Seth, dude, I know people are out there, Seth didn't book this, Seth didn't do this. Well, Seth, you were riding those fucking coattails that they gave you a long time ago. These are the same fucking coattails, brother. The same fucking coattails. The problem is, now they're fucking getting stale, and we're getting sick of you. And you almost ruined this guy's fucking career. Go ahead.
First things first. Hell in a Cell, going back to the very first one with Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. Moving forward to Undertaker.
Looking like a scared fucking child when
Oh,
they locked that thing in. He's grabbing onto that
yes.
bit. He sold that shit like what, man?
When this pay-per-view is over and I have Mondays off as a rule, I went back and I watched the first Hell in a Cell. Not only did I watch the first Hell in a Cell, I watched the one from Pittsburgh that featured The Undertaker and Mick Foley. No matter
there's no
what
DQ
happened,
on that one.
no matter what happened, the action continued. What WWE did was basically take this concept, throw it on the ground, take a nice big healthy shit on it, wipe its ass
With the Fiend.
It wiped its ass with the names of Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Mick Foley, Triple H, anybody who's gone, Edge, CM Punk, anybody who's ever gone into that cell, no DQ, everything goes. You basically wipe your ass with the history of this match. When that bell rang, and I'm watching that pay-per-view, and I was only about 40 minutes behind the live feed on WWE Network, I was stunned. How stunned was I? I turned the TV off. I sat in silence for 20 minutes in my living room. You see my big-ass chair. I sat in my chair, didn't even get up to get a beer. I'm just like, the fuck did I just watch? I can't believe I just saw what I saw. The Hell in the Cell, at its concept, in the world of professional wrestling, sports entertainment, whatever you choose to call it, is to end it. It's the be-all,
It is.
end-all. Anything goes. I go back to 1982.
You say that DQ fucking shit for the Elimination Chamber. That's
No,
what the
you
fuck
say that DQ
bullshit
shit for the four corners, regular open match Jones. I go back to 1982. I'm a young man. I just moved up north. Not a couple years. I don't know how many years earlier. I was a young man. I don't remember. But I remember Buzz Sawyer and Tommy Rich in a similar cage, which is where they got the idea.
Yep.
And above the ring is Buzz Sawyer's manager, Paul Ellering. He who managed Joe Laurinaitis, who has been on the show before. And they had the last battle of Atlanta. And they just tore the shit out of each other for 30 minutes. You can find that match on the WWE Network. Watch it. I pray. That is what a cage match should be. You want to go back? Go to Snuka Morocco in a cage. That's what a cage match should be. Go to Flair and Kerry Von Erich in
Undertaker
83.
fucking Kane.
There you go.
That was a fucking Hell in a
What
Cell
happened
fucking match.
Sunday was an insult to my intelligence at 46 years old, soon to be 47, who's been watching this product for 40 fucking years. When you hear Texas Death Match, you know somebody walks away a winner, somebody walks away a loser. You know. But this was hot fucking garbage. Yes. I cannot, for the clear conscience of anybody who's listening who thought that match was good, and let me say, the action was fantastic.
Oh, it was good. The match was good
If
up
you're
until the fucking ending.
But it's all-encompassing. It's a whole pie. If you bake a pie and this part over here sucks, the whole pie's ruined.
Yep.
This was that you ruined it. WWE, you basically, in one fucking match, ruined the Hell in the Cell concept. Start, finish, it's over.
Killed
Hell in
the
a Cell
Hell in a Cell
will never
concept.
be taken seriously ever again because of that finish.
Yep, I agree. And like I said, you just took away whatever credibility you built up with the Fiend. You just literally took it all away.
I'm gonna disagree with you partially. He fought. The referee saved him. He's got something to say. Well, I didn't need the referee to save me. Now he's got something to build on.
Right.
But you ruined Hell in a Cell in one fell fucking swoop.
Like I said, I think some of the signs of proving it. Seth Rollins is not cool. I love that. I think it's hysterical. He even wrote it on his thing. Seth Rollins. It's actually let me read it because this doesn't even sound like Seth. This actually sounds like something that Vince McMahon.
You think this was a WWE ploy?
Tell me what you think,
All
okay?
right,
Because this is what I read. So
real quick, Andrew chimed in. Shit, Mankind needed a stretcher and still wasn't a DQ against Taker.
Okay.
Ring caved in against Triple H and no DQ. The
Oh, yeah.
ending was god awful.
I was at an ECW show
threw
where
fucking Mankind off the top of the cage, no DQ.
Right.
Threw him through the cage, no DQ.
I was at an ECW show where Bam Bam Bigelow put Taz through the ring. He dragged Taz out of the hole to pin him. No DQ.
I don't know if you remember the old David Schultz matches in the cage.
Oh, yes. Him and Hogan
There
in
was
the cage.
always someone bloodied. Usually,
Yes.
Usually both of them.
Great bringing up Dr. D, by the way.
Dr.
All right.
Fantastic.
is the
So here we
best
go.
back
Go
in the
ahead.
day.
This is Seth Rollins on Twitter. This was 4 hours ago.
Okay.
He wrote, "Survive and prevail is bigger than just what happens between the ropes. Question everything, even yourself, and fight your heart out of every step of the way. Hashtag Seth Rollins is not cool."
Okay. Before I ask Eddie to get me a beer, I'm going to answer Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, I know you didn't book the match, but you were the beneficiary of the finish. You need to understand that there was a history before you. There was a legacy before you.
Well, that's
What
the
we
whole
saw,
thing.
yes, what we saw Sunday night basically pissed on the legacy of Hell in a Cell from 1990. Christ, I'm doing my math right. 1997 because it was the 97 because Pillman
97.
died that day.
Yeah, yep.
It's the only reason I remember it. October 5, 1997, the day Pillman died, and it was Michael's Undertaker in the cage. You pissed on everything for the last 22 years.
And you ripped people off.
And I'm gonna give. Let me throw some shade on Bray Wyatt. The two of you pissed on everything that the Hell in the Cell is supposed to be. You two, and I love Bray Wyatt. You guys know I love Bray Wyatt. I dressed as Bray Wyatt for Halloween a couple years ago. You two pissed on the legacy of everything Hell in the Cell is supposed to be. You two should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, the shitty part is, what does Seth Rollins call himself? The architect.
architect.
Right. And what does he say? Burn it down.
Yeah, well,
burn
he
it all
burned it
down.
down,
Well,
didn't
that's
he?
exactly what he fucking did. Is he burned down every fucking aspect that made fucking Hell in a Cell Hell in a Cell. He
Yes.
really did, man. He really did. And I'm about done with that dumpster fire. So let's get on to your 5 questions.
I was hot before I came here, and now you've answered the first question. The first question was WWE Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Hot garbage or decent pay-per-view?
Oh, no, that was hot garbage. I think everybody out here completely agrees. There was some good matches. Like I said. But end all, be all, I mean, yeah, no.
All right. Second question. The Atlanta Falcons suck again. Are you surprised?
Yes, I'm fucking shocked because I had them right behind the Saints, actually. Second in the, and as a matter of fact, grabbing a fucking wild card.
Yes.
If I remember right, they were 5th seed. If I'm
In
not,
your picks, yes.
right. So
They're at the old studio right now.
I'm shocked because I don't know what's going on with the team. They didn't have any major changes. I haven't seen any like superior.
And everybody's healthy.
Like, injuries. That's what I'm saying. There's no major injuries out there.
It's
Julio Jones looks fucking fast as usual. You
It's
know,
like
I
I
mean,
said to Rob, in speaking of the Eagles-Falcons game 3 weeks ago, it seems like Matt Ryan is playing with one eye open, and that one eye is only looking for Julio Jones. You miss Sanu, you miss Ridley, you miss Hooper, you miss Smith.
He's
Oh,
proven himself pretty good.
If you look and you find Sanu, you got a touchdown.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that.
All right, third question. The Yankees advanced last night over the Minnesota Twins, sweeping that series.
I saw that coming though. I'm not gonna lie.
Which Yankee killer is going to face the Yankees next?
See?
Houston or Tampa Bay?
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Houston, but Houston is actually having some issues right now. They don't know what the fuck they're doing with their batting lineup.
It seems discombobulated.
It really is. And if they continue that, you guys can take advantage of that very well. So, if it's going to be Houston, and honestly, I think if it is Houston, you have a better chance of winning this. Tampa Bay has always been up and forever the Red Sox killers. They were bred to destroy.
They were born to destroy the East.
Yeah, right.
Because
But
they
mostly
killed
at
the
the
Yankees
time
for a lot of years, but they were built to be Red Sox killers.
Right, exactly. And now we're not in the game anymore, so they have to step up and once again be the beasts that destroy the East.
Fair enough. I asked you this question earlier. I want a little bit more clarification. Are the Minnesota Vikings a contender with Kirk Cousins as QB?
No.
Why?
No. He's. It's funny. I've actually discussed this over a few people. We had that Kyle Slaughton.
I can't remember his name yet.
He was. Well, anyways, he was.
Tommy will jump in. Tommy,
right.
where are you, bro?
He was actually brought in, and Minnesota, tested him out. He's Canadian Football League, all this fucking shit. He's fucking awesome kid. And they told him, look, we bring you in here. What is your objective? And he said, I'm going to take Kirk Cousins' fucking job. And they said, no. We want you to show him what you see. And right then he said, no, I'm good.
One of the best stories I ever heard was, as much as I hate to give Michigan any credit, because on November 30th, it'll be this man,
And barbecue.
in front of a TV watching Michigan, Ohio State. When Tom Brady gets drafted by the Patriots and he's walking through the tunnels and they come upon Robert Kraft and he says, I'm sorry, son, who are you? Introducing himself, I'm Robert Kraft. Who are you? He goes, I'm the best decision this franchise ever made. And sure as shit, it's true. He had confidence. He had everything he needed.
And he had Bill Belichick, because the first time he went out of the pocket and went and ran, and I think he dove forward, Bill Belichick said, you need to stop that fucking shit right now. You either slide or you get the fuck out of bounds or you get off this team. And that was
between the player and the genius, it made sense.
Yes, absolutely.
But let me give credit, because the Michigan system taught Tom Brady how to be a fantastic quarterback.
Absolutely.
And that's a Michigan system going back to 2000. He was drafted in 2000. So we're going back to 96 to 2000.
97 we won.
Yeah.
So,
and that was it.
That was it. Absolutely.
Guys,
Absolutely.
GOAT quarterback of all time.
Absolutely. Now, going back to the whole Kirk Cousins thing.
Yes.
No, and very strong no, because he's a stat guy. He's a numbers guy. Everybody knows this about him. He doesn't give a crap about titles. He doesn't give a crap about fucking wins. The only thing he gives a fuck about at the end of the day is stats. And look at him. I mean, he's 74% completions. He has the most time right now behind that line as a quarterback. Yep. That's more time than Tom Brady. That's more time than any other quarterback right now. And he's missing people.
Not only just
Stephon
now,
Diggs,
but almost in the history of the game.
Stephon Diggs, like I said, he's very vocal on Twitter, so you know when shit isn't gelling on that team. He only caught one catch with the Bears. He only caught 3 against the Giants, and we tore the Giants' fucking defense apart. There was a run where Cook broke off to the left-hand side. And if Stephon Diggs just would have stuck that one guy with a block, that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Exactly. You're damn right. So why is Stephon acting like this? Well, 1, he's a millennial and he's a fucking baby. But 2, Kirk Cousins is not a good quarterback. He's not even a great quarterback. He's an average quarterback at best. If we want any hopes, and this is me being real with you right now, Minnesota, if you want any hopes, you know what? He might get us to the playoffs. He might, but that's it. We're one and done again with Kirk Cousins.
Will he get you to the promised land?
No, he won't. And that's my point. We need to do this now while it's still the beginning of the season, and we need to squash, or we need to take that $28 million, so it's going to be $56 million loss, and just call it a day, and get that Slaughter fucking kid back, man. Get him, sign him on, because you know what? We have a receiving core. We have a defense. We actually have a fucking offensive line this year, too. We have a fucking running back. And Dalvin Cook, the kid is amazing, dude. But we just can't get off the curse of having a shit-ass quarterback. This guy was supposed to be elite. This guy was supposed to be the guy to bring everybody into the future. And he's not. He never will be. He's always going to be a stat guy, period.
At some point, I want you to bring in 5 questions for me. But my last question, it's really funny. And I know what your answer is going to be, but I really want to hear it. Did the Minnesota Vikings make a mistake releasing Teddy Bridgewater?
No.
Wow.
I saw that injury.
But you see what he's doing.
I do see what he's doing, but he wouldn't be able to do that in Minnesota.
You think?
You get what I'm saying? No,
I don't.
There's no way.
I'm asking you. That's why.
The Saints program is designed to be a quarterback's program. The Minnesota Vikings program is designed to be a run first, pass after. Like once you establish that, and Minnesota's always been like that.
Kind of like the old Detroit Lions back in the day.
We're a solid run team. If you get that run going, then now you can get your play, your play
in the
fakes.
90s.
Right, exactly. Now you get your play fakes and get everything else going. Teddy Bridgewater is a very good complete. He's like a cheaper fucking Kirk Cousins, man, in my opinion.
Oh.
Yeah, he'll get you those close ones, you know what I'm saying? He'll get you accuracy within 20 yards, but when it starts getting those fucking bombs, you know what I'm saying? It's like a perfect example when they played against the Bears. And how far was he off by fucking I mean, that was,
right.
you can't miss those. You can't miss those,
All right.
man.
If you could ask me one question about sports right now, just throw it out there. I'm willing. I'm able.
Let's go with do you like what the Bears did benching Mitch Trubisky and going with this Jones cat? Is it Jones or is it?
Oh
no,
God.
it's Daniels.
Daniels. I actually like it. Daniels showed fire. Trubisky has no left to right game, and again, we have some Bears fan friends, and watching those games with them, Trubisky is great in the pocket. Trubisky doesn't have left to right game.
Well, there
once
was
you get
two
out of the
games where you
pocket,
saw the
you're
coach
fucked.
telling him to shut the fuck up. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So
because he's trying to tell him, hey, look, if you just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Just shut the fuck up. There's a reason I get paid to do what I do.
Right.
And then you go out there and make the multi-millions. I'm trying to help you make the multi-millions. Trubisky doesn't have a left to right game. You can look at guys like, and I'm just going to throw names out here. Cousins has a left to right game. Ryan has a left to right game. Neither of them are lighting up the field right now, but even Brady has a left to right game. Once you get out of that pocket, you need to have awareness. And Trubisky doesn't have that, whereas Daniels does. I look at the kid from the New York Giants, Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Has a great left to right game. The problem is he doesn't have straightforward downfield over the middle where you can catch that tight end on the flat route and catch him and get your 10 yards, because this game is won 10 yards at a time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not won by the 60-yard bomb. It's great to have a quarterback that can throw the 60-yard bomb, connect with the receiver. It's a great highlight on ESPN. What it doesn't do is win you a game.
Right.
That's where Matt Ryan fails, and I think that's where Trubisky fails, and this is where that, Christ, I can't remember his name now, Daniels. Thank you. Daniels is going to bring Chicago back up. So, my opinion, Daniels is the right choice.
Okay, and I got one more.
Go ahead. I look forward to hearing this.
There it is.
Yankees for World Series 2019.
So, who do you think is going to be the first team to put that L on the Patriots' fucking side?
Let me look at
And
their
here we go. I got it right here. You ready?
Go ahead.
That's why I was looking it up. So obviously they play the Giants on Thursday. And
Nope.
the Giants have been known to own that.
Only in the big game. Regular season, not so
No,
much.
regular season they've kept it up too. They've kept it up too.
I'd love to see that.
I would too,
I'd
but I
love
don't
to
think we're going to
stat,
see it this
but no.
Thursday.
Go
I
ahead.
don't think it's going to happen. Jets again after that.
Nope.
Browns after that.
No.
Ravens after that.
Possibly.
Eagles after that. That's on my birthday too.
Oh, happy birthday. All right, I want to give me a second. Let me get my paper. So Ravens are a maybe.
Ravens are first. They're 11-3. And this is after you've already said Giants no, Jets no, and Browns no.
All right, Ravens
so that's the next
are a
3
maybe.
weeks.
Eagles are a maybe. Go ahead.
Cowboys on the 24th.
No.
The Texans on the 1st.
Maybe.
The Chiefs on the 8th.
All right, there it is.
That's going to be their first loss?
If it's not the Ravens or the Eagles, and my prognostication is if they make it through the Ravens, the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Texans, the Chiefs are going to fucking decimate them.
Dude, I told you they're going to be 15-1 this year. I told you.
Yeah, you did.
I told you. And listen to this. After the Chiefs.
Okay.
Bengals.
Nope.
Bills.
Nope.
Dolphins.
Oh, Jesus.
So here we go. Ready?
Yep.
They're already 5-0.
Yep.
Giants.
Yep.
6-0.
Mm-hmm.
Jets.
Nope.
7-0.
Nope.
Browns. 8-0.
Yep.
Ravens. pretty sure 9-0.
Yep.
Eagles 10-0.
Yep.
Cowboys 11-0.
Yep.
Texans 12-0.
Okay.
Patriots go rolling into fucking Kansas City Chiefs. They finally become 11-1.
No, they finally face a team that has toughness.
I like that kid too, by the way.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes?
I really do like that kid. I think
There's a lot of good things on that team, and I don't like to say a lot of good things about the Chiefs for a lot of reasons, but the Chiefs are
come on,
a tough team.
they're a sad team that haven't had anything for. Well, see,
I've
that's
got a personal
there you
angst
go.
against the Chiefs.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
But if you look at it realistically, the Chiefs are on pace to be the one that puts the 1 in 15-1. If I can steal from Paul Heyman, we are the 1 in 15-1.
Yep.
It's going to be the Chiefs.
I think so. I think you're absolutely right there. And then, of course, so do you think the Yankees got enough to go all the way?
I think so. I think, whoever comes out of the NL is going to be tough. I think the Dodgers are tough. I think the Braves look really good for
Braves
a change.
look fantastic.
For the first time in 20 years, the Braves
first time
look
this
good.
season, actually. You know, they were
They got hot
home.
down the stretch.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
And again, I tell people all the time, forget April, forget May. What you do down the stretch tells your story.
Right.
We could look back at the Baltimore Orioles in April and May and look at them and go, wow, fucking World Series contenders. And then what happens? June.
Yeah.
And they fall apart. I think Baltimore has the worst record in MLB right now, having a hot April and May.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't.
They do that a lot, though.
Well, again, I used to pick on you and every Red Sox fan I knew, and I'd circle August 15th on my calendar and say this is where the Red Sox will slide. The Red Sox since 2003 have built a team that makes the long haul.
Right.
You guys were the champions last year. I still tip my hat. You're reigning and defending right now. I can't
Not
say
defending
anything
anymore.
Well, you're reigning.
We're reigning. We're not defending.
So you can't take that away. They built a team for the long haul. Unfortunately, there were five other teams, that were built better. And the Yankees weren't built for this. The Yankees, I still say the Yankees are doing it by smoke and mirrors. There's no reason why all these young guys
home runs, man,
are doing this.
It's home runs. That's the
watching the Twins series. The pitching has been the key.
Yeah,
and that's what's killing every team that comes in front of them. For the last, the Yankees got hot in June, which again is the right time to get hot. Going down the stretch, June, July, August, 9 into September, you could lose half your games and still be in the playoffs.
Right.
The Yankees were built for the long haul. The Red Sox, unfortunately, this year were built for pitching. Where are the bats?
Well, they tried.
I know.
They tried. The pitching wasn't even there.
And that's where I can have a conversation with you rather than every other drunken Sully at Fenway Park going, hey, fuck the Yankees. Yankees suck. Eat shit.
Yeah, well, that's just their fucking way
know.
of dealing with the heartbreak.
I know, and the same thing in the Bronx, where if the situation were reversed, the Vinnies would be like, "Hey, fuck you, motherfucker."
It is what it is, man. Like I said. So, last question for you.
Go ahead.
Is Mookie Betts going anywhere?
I think the Red Sox will pull out every stop they have. They will pull out their wallet. They will break out the checkbook. Mookie stays in Boston. That's my opinion.
I think he's gone. I think he's doing too much talking, too much yammering, and I think they're going to give him to the Angels.
I think. Oh, wow.
Kiss your career goodbye, Mookie. Enjoy that one ring.
I think if they sit him down, I really do. Like Paul O'Neill. When Paul O'Neill came to New York, he did a lot of jibber-jabber, but he also produced on the field, much like Mookie Betts. Mm-hmm. They sat Paul O'Neill down and said, Paul, you want to be here? You want to be a part of this team? This is how it works. And
right.
Paul O'Neill retired a Yankee. He's a legend in New York. I think Mookie Betts can do the same thing.
He can, absolutely, but it's just a matter of stepping out of his own ego for 5 seconds to see.
All it takes is that one sit-down with the owner, with the general manager, with the manager, and say, Mookie, listen.
I don't think they're here in Boston yet. You know what I'm saying? I think the people that are in Boston right now are running this like a business, and
as well they should. That's how the Yankees succeeded for years and
But
years.
I think that in the long run is gonna lose him Mookie Betts because of that, because he doesn't like that business aspect. He wants more out of it. He wants more money.
So you want to
he
be
wants
Deion
more,
fucking Sanders?
Yeah, he wants more. That's why I said I think he's going.
If
to the
Mookie
Angels.
Betts goes anywhere outside of Boston, I will just basically shit on him for the rest of his career.
Yeah, me too.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if he wins a Triple Crown. I don't give a shit if he cures cancer. I don't give a shit if he runs for president. I will shit on Mookie Betts. If you leave Boston because of your ego, you're an asshole.
Hey, don't shit on Sanders. Any moment now, that album's going gold.
Yeah, it's only been 24 fucking years,
Put it in a bun.
right?
Put it in a bun.
Let me give a quick shout out before I'm going to ask you to pimp something. Thank you, Tommy Summers. You got my 3 Sides of the Coin t-shirt. You guys have been fantastic to us. We will continue to be fantastic to you. I bought this, actually. I spent $24 to buy this t-shirt. And let's all throw up the shocker, man. 3 Sides of the Coin is the real fucking deal. And hopefully we'll do History Science Theater Part 2 with Tommy Summers watching Detroit Rock City. That's my goal.
That'd be funny.
And do you have anything to pimp plug? What's with the Basement Quest? Talk to me.
Well, we just sat down and discussed what we're going to be doing for the first show. Obviously, not being monotone and boring. So,
Well, that would be a plus.
Yeah,
Anything involving you
we're
is not
setting
going to
the
be
tone.
monotone. Yeah, right.
we want to keep. I want to keep it fiery at all times.
Yep.
'Cause
Anything involving you two is not going to be monotone and boring.
no,
definitely not.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. But we got our next game coming up the 20th. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
The 20th, which will be not this Sunday, the Sunday after that.
Not to toot my own horn, but my meme game
Toot,
has been savage
toot.
later.
Yeah, it
lately.
has. I've been fucking working overtime off my ass trying to fucking. This Connecticut is a 2 fucking income, like,
Right
establishment.
now.
You got to get that, you know. So if you only have one person fucking working, unless that person is doing a lot
Actually-
of overtime, like this motherfucker is.
Let's put it this way: it needs to be 2 incomes filing separately.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. No, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right, because you're
There's
fucking,
no marriage benefits.
No, there isn't. There isn't.
None.
Dude. There's zero. There is zero fucking benefits for that at all. But yeah. So once I can actually stop doing so much fucking hours, I can sit down and enjoy myself for a couple little fucking things here and there. That'll be nice.
Yeah.
All right.
February.
Anything you got to pimp?
Stop squatting.
NaNoWriMo next month.
Stop
man.
squatting.
Well, yeah, I'm calling it Plottober.
Yeah, I like that. I like
yeah,
that.
That's good.
Calling it Plottober, getting ready for NaNoWriMo. If you don't know, it's you write a book, 50,000 words in a month. Mm-hmm. And I got some surprises for that I'm waiting to share.
Good
that
deal.
and I gotta get my streaming camera because I'm gonna start doing my fucking streaming here too.
Nice.
That'll be directly associated with the Basement Quest.
Some twitching or
Oh, some twitching. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working on.
I already got my Twitch. I already got my Twitch thing. I just haven't been on in forever. And
Well,
we've been doing Gears 5 and
Ooh, I've heard a lot of good things about that
love
game.
that
I'm not a player, but I got to know, like, how awesome is it?
it's beautiful.
Once the dust
fucking
settles here,
beautiful.
I will be getting a second rig too, and my old rig is gonna be strictly
Right.
All right.
so maybe we can get low on some of this computer gaming action and
Well, they just released that now. I mean, I'm playing with computer play. It's fucking great.
yeah, Microsoft's been pretty good lately.
Yeah, they stepped it up, man. And I can chat with these people.
Yeah,
So I mean, like I'm literally in game chatting with these people. Jim fucking picked up. He's got Gears 5, so he plays it on the computer.
I can
Jimmy
I
B?
can actually,
Yeah.
All right.
I can see you guys like when you know,
Yeah,
like oh
yeah.
Mike's playing Gears again.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to jump in and be like, what's up? It's
You
like,
come on in anytime you want, man.
I don't have the game, but
No, you come in because we're usually in the party. We're usually in
Yeah.
party chat, but playing the game. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But no, it's good times.
yeah.
Good times.
Once I get some things sorted and stuff, you know.
Yep,
we're
that'll
just-
be the next. That'll be the next
We're
pillager.
just about finishing furnishing the pad. So
Yep.
And by the way, tomorrow night, C&J Speedway, the first time back on YouTube in the real. Are we doing the real gimmick tomorrow?
I fucking hope after all this shit, I don't even
Oh
know.
my God! What a great weekend at Dover International Speedway, from Cole Custer winning the Xfinity race to Kyle Larson getting his first win in nearly 2 years.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Fantastic weekend. And by the way, Kyle Busch is winless in 16 races, which means hashtag fuck Kyle Busch. Not having it. Doesn't matter. Great weekend. Tune into that. Next Monday, I know I skipped this Monday. Sorry I'm making sense. Is going to be back on Monday. I left this Monday alone because there wasn't really anything in the news I really wanted to touch on. So let's have some fun. If you have anything you want me to rant about, go to Sorry I'm Making Sense on Facebook and leave me a message saying, I'd really like you to touch on this particular subject.
I do have a music topic I wanted to talk with you about, but I don't know if
I
should
would
do it
like to
now.
have, Mike and I said it earlier, I'd like to have a music topic next week.
Well, let's sit down and discuss it. We can, we
Yeah.
can work it from there. We'll come up with
A
something.
latest development really got me wondering what everyone's opinions are on. So,
Well, hit us with the question and maybe we'll talk about it next week.
Or bring it up.
What's the question?
oh, you want to know now?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, obviously, I'm a Kanye West fan.
Oh, Christ, here we go.
Kanye West has now decided the rest of his career will be devoted to gospel music.
Interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
He's
very
been doing Sunday services, his own Sunday services where people come
Weren't they
in.
still waiting for his other album to drop?
Yeah.
He did put it out, but for some reason it's not on Tidal, the streaming service he's a co-owner of.
Well, it went aluminum, so I guess you could say that.
I wouldn't know. I hadn't been
went
able to
copper.
listen to it. I can't fucking find
Copper.
it. But he's totally going gospel. He's totally about the Jesus right now, and he's been doing Sunday
Well,
services.
he is Yeezy.
He is easy, yeah.
So, you know,
Look,
Jesus Yeezy.
I go to church. I'm all about the Jesus, but at what point do you stop straying away from what made you famous?
Well, that's
and-
my question. So is this whatever
Skillet.
it's going to be, this gospel
Skillet
rap?
started out as a Christian band. Striper.
Yeah, they didn't. No, no, they
Skillet?
did not. They didn't start off as a Christian. They were Christian, but when they first came on the scene, they weren't like Christian rock.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I
They
thought
were
they were a Christian
They
band.
were
to
they were
start.
straight up like hard rock, and then they started doing that whole fucking thing, and people
Okay.
were like, "Wait a minute, these
All right.
guys are Christian
Like
rock."
I said, I think it's something we could talk about because I'm wondering if this era of whatever he's doing, this gospel rap, is going to take off, and
Hey,
is he still going to do the platinum albums?
I
with this
guarantee
kind of style?
his album will go Ziploc.
You think?
Yeah,
in the water.
yeah, pretty much. In a turtle's mouth.
So
choking.
guys, chime in if you guys want us to hit this up next week. Go hit our page and say we'll hit up on another music episode.
Yeah, why not?
We'll
I
break it
love
down.
music. You love music. He loves music. Well, he
It
loves
doesn't have to be the whole show.
pseudo-music.
You
Yeah.
can throw out some news. We'll talk about some
Right.
Sure.
news. You know?
Yep. Yeah, that sounds good. But guys, make sure you go to our website. Make sure you're supporting us. That little thing. Hit that the four bars, the three dots, and go down to where it says support us and support the fuck out of us.
One
The
thing I
Amazon
gotta
link's
do.
on the front page.
One
so no
thing.
excuse.
One thing I gotta do. Joey Casada, you won the debate. You are the man. Second debate, Jones. However, third debate, not so lucky. You won it handily the first time. This time, so close. Next time, I got your ass.
We should do a 3-banger best either Hell in a Cell match
Ooh.
or like a TLC match.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Then we
WrestleMania
kind of
main event.
yeah. So we kind of go away
Because
from
we
the
gotta
music
get
a little
into his
bit.
wrestling
Right,
with Joey Licious.
right, exactly. So I think
I have to watch
if,
a lot of YouTube.
I think
Yeah,
if
you
we
are.
do something like
Come to
that,
my house, watch a network.
and then each one of us pick what we think is
me your
the
password.
fire fucking
will.
Event the best match, and then we fucking debate it just
You know
like
what?
you guys
Well,
did the Kiss thing.
One of the things that I was thinking about, and I wanted to do this with you three, or us three, I should say, but you want to throw Joey in? Most underrated wrestler of all time. That was main event status. You know, you could say
Let's see. I do like where you're
Brian
going with
Pillman,
that.
Roddy Piper, et cetera,
The
so
problem
forth.
is people that aren't like super heavy like we are.
Yeah,
they might
and
not,
like Joey.
They might not know where we're going.
Sure.
But with the matches, everybody's seen it. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying?
Oh,
everybody's been a part
All
of
right.
it. You know, so I think that would be a fun. What you're talking about would be a fun like sit around bullshit drinking beer
Mm-hmm.
episode. But I think the next debate should be a match. It should be whether it be the best TLC match, the best Hell in a Cell match, especially coming off of Hell in a Cell.
Oh,
as
hot
shit as
garbage
this was.
Jones.
And you just said all these great names and all these great matches beforehand that they just shit on. You know, so I think that would be a kind of a cool little thing.
Okay. I like it, and I'm going to reach out to Joey. We're going to have some fun. Thank you so much to Rob Feinstein for taking time out of his day,
great time.
wrestling promoter, to give his opinion on AEW. And thank you to all of you who tune in. And now this is the part where Loki leads us out.
And you guys, you have an awesome freaking day. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. Make sure you're doing your due diligence and making people happy and not be a shitty person. We love each and every one of you guys, and we will see you guys next Tuesday.
Amen. And there's the Nickelback music.
Yay! It's
Do the dance.
It's like Edge. Just can't take it anymore. This is like Hell in a Cell trash.
I hate this music with a passion, but I know why he does this.
It's like Hell in a Cell trash all over again.
Go ahead, Ed. Say something before the music ends.
Bye.
I guess not. Later, guys.